Hello, hello, and
Hello,
welcome.
hello.
Fuck you. Welcome back to Shadow Space, where I am joined by my wonderful players. We got Jade playing Torian,
Hello, I'm Jade, and I'm playing Torian.
Tristan playing Barbara the Barbarian,
Hi, I'm Barbara, and I'll be playing the voice of Tristan.
and Doodles are playing Hopper. Doodles are playing Hopper.
Hello.
I love the hello, and then it cut out. And he's the laugh coming from our new fourth player, great, my friend Atomic Squid. You may know them from me playing Halo Legendary with them and Conan Exiles. Yee.
And
Which,
then
by the way, we
there's-
gotta finish Halo.
Yeah, I gotta give it to that again at some point.
And then there's our seventh little sister. We're presenting her to you. It's our sister Ariel. Oh my god, she's not here.
What? I feel like that's a
Ah,
reference.
It is.
I don't know what to.
Little Mermaid.
Peace. So
It's okay, we're cutting that joke out.
I've got
Right.
Max's health bar here, but I don't have sprite art yet because I wanted the introduction of their character, of Atomic Squid's character Max, to be a little surprise for people coming into this episode / stream. But the same day this video goes up, the video of me doing a sprite art for Max will be going up on the same day. Yeah. So y'all got that to look forward to.
Delicious.
Yes. So, when we left off, or actually, hang on, rather than recapping where we left off, why don't we figure out who this new fellow Max is and how they're going to get involved? So, as we open our opening scene, we have Hopper, the android girl in her jumpsuit and sweater, is running across, like running through a starship that she's on, ready for combat. That words. The ship is being piloted by a splicer known as Seth, with pale skin and large clawed hands. And rushing across the ship to the other end is Max. Do you want to describe your character's appearance, Grug?
He's a tall, muscular fellow, but he has a beard. The best way to describe this beard is it's kind of long and shaggy, kind of, I guess, like Santa Claus in a sense. But he's definitely seen better times, and he typically wears either black uniforms or whatever that makes it easier for him to kind of escape into the night.
Yes. So, as the fight ensues, you run over to the ship turret and hop into it. Your group caught in a dogfight, being attacked by the Pulsar gang group, or the Pulsar gang, whom you have had many conflicts with in the past. The fight, it's a blur. Shots firing, the ship getting damaged, Seth calling out all the fact that the ship is having troubles and its engine might be failing. Hopper, in a desperate moment, opens up the cargo bay door and activates the magnets in the heels of her feet, and runs into the surface, or into the exterior of the ship, I mean. And she charges her strongest attack, the laser that drains her battery, and she fires it at their ship, blasting through it and blowing up its core. But just before it goes off, a missile is fired, and that mixed the explosion of the Pulsar ship shatters the starship you're all on and sends you all scattering into space. That was a few years ago for you, Max. You were lucky to have been found. The turret of the ship happened to, or it was due to the way it was designed, was completely enclosed, but only had at most 2, maybe 3 weeks worth of air. You floated in space in the turret, and all of your friends seemingly lost. Eventually, you are picked up and, taken taken on board a ship who found you, a group of scrappers who found you. And after that time, you would have had to just figure out what you were going to do without your former friends. The initial events led to you joining the Scout Corps. It's simply because it was a good way to lead to a guarantee of protection against corpo groups. Being part of a faction means less of a target on your head. And then you were left with the question of what to do. Were you just going to start picking up contracts? Were you going to try and hunt down your missing friends? Or were you going to try and get revenge on the Pulsars? Which, with those options, what did you do?
Max, I think, is the kind of person that would try at first to find his old friends, but probably got mixed up into some other jobs and,
Started a family.
Jobs to pay the bills.
Yeah, basically, all I can think of is the quote that the Ghoul said from the Fallout show, where it's like, rule number one in the
way
Outland.
You always get sidetracked by some bullshit.
Yes, exactly that.
So yeah, you spent a good chunk of time trying to track down your friends, not even knowing if they were alive after the ship blew up. But the scrappers never found anything, and it's hard to find people in a wide galaxy, especially people who are trying to stay hidden like they would likely be. Eventually, you started picking up contract after contract, random little odd jobs before you found yourself on the planet Charian in the city of excuse me, on the planet Charian in the city of Athens, which, if you're looking at the stream, the image I used there, it's from Halo, but it gives you a good idea of what the city you're in looks like.
I love that image, by the way. It's a beautiful image you selected.
Just replace the big tower in the center with a big stadium. The whole city is domed because it's on a dangerous planet filled with radiation. If this dome were to break, everyone in the city would probably die of cancer within a few years. Unless they were able to get treatment through genome therapy, because cancer is very treatable. It's just very expensive to cure in this world.
Wow, real life.
Most diseases in this world are curable. In fact, they've even found a cure for aging. If you're rich enough, you never have to die. If you're rich enough.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Vampirism.
But you eventually found yourself on this city, and as we start, you, Max, are walking, you're walking into the local scout headquarters. It's built on the walls of the dome. An elevated building with the walls of the dome are lined with buildings, some against the wall and some hanging out away from it, held up by walkways and anti-gravity technology. The Scout headquarters here being one of them, and the man who runs it has chosen to double it up as a bar for to help him make extra money when the jobs are slow. You've just sort of been taking a brief load off here, getting a little bit to drink, when a golden robot looking similar to the one there, or actually, hang on, let me get a much better image of it that now exists.
Oh no.
Hang on.
Torian's girlfriend. One of many Torian's girlfriends.
Da-da-da.
But he's just swimming in it, isn't he?
Man, Torian gets more lovers than ever known to man.
Which layer did I put them on? The map layer, okay. I put them on the map layer for some reason.
You always do. So you don't get lost.
Ooh, hang on. So the wonderful art from Jade. That robot is entering with a nice golden color scheme. Which I'm speaking of the wonderful art from you. How much art did you make at the end of last session? 3 pieces?
3 pieces, including this one.
So, you can find them all in the Discord for people who want to see it. But let me quickly give you, 3 star points for that.
Nice.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. But yeah.
Did you add the star points that we talked about?
Oh yeah, yeah. What was it?
Yeah.
How many did you say? Did you say them?
I said 2.
Yes. So, Jade, Tristan wanted to had me to give you 2 star points for helping them with this situation where they lost their keys. So there you go, for being a good friend.
Yo, let's go, Torian! For being a bro! Let's go!
Also, I love that the artwork of you staring at her lines up right behind your character. Her pronouns are she, it. Because that's what she's gonna take, is a fat shit.
Like, this Torian's eyes like do like the zoom in thing that Bender does.
But that robot walks in, closely followed by hang on. This is another piece of the artwork. This is great because I never had any specific artwork of nomenclature. Sorry, Clature
Yes.
Norman.
Yeah, Norman Clature. I'll see you in court.
He
Clature.
officially appears.
You're the one who named the character. It's Clature Norman. Eh. Eh.
Man, that was made like 2 years ago. Crazy.
I only named him that because I thought he was gonna be a one-off.
Oh, the consequence. He was gonna be a one-off until you started trying to steal his ship. Yeah, this man walks in with them, which, height-wise, this is about the accurate comparison between the two. Is like,
Also, if you
that.
But-
Not because he's tiny, but because she is huge.
I had to imagine what he sounds like. I imagine he's like, whoa!
Oh, shit.
So yeah, just to clarify, I believe Torian and Etta are the same height, which is 8 feet,
Yes.
if memory serves. Excellent.
What a lighting.
God damn it, hang on. I'm trying to get the character art in, I'm fucking it up. The wonderful art that... Wait, where'd it... Ah, shit, I lost it again. I keep losing it off frame.
Check.
Classic scuff moves from all
You know, we
over.
already saw them. If they want to get a better look at them, they can just, pause the video.
Join
Yeah.
the Discord.
At this point, it's more their problem than ours.
It's okay, Brian. There are only so many people who can handle Clature's presence.
There we go.
Yeah.
There they are.
They are unique in more ways than one.
But yeah, you see these two entering. You know, they just go over and are sitting down to drink. They sit down a booth away from you, and you barely pay them much heed until you overhear one of them talking, or you overhear them talking. It's like, oh man, I'm getting a little slow with finding jobs here. Might need to move on to one of the other cities soon, or or take a flight off planet. I wonder if the other crews do, or if there's other folks doing any better. What were their names again? And then his robot speaks up. You mean Torian, Barbara, and Hopper? And of course that catches your attention.
Father Squid, please.
Hello?
No,
I waited-
I'm just trying to think of the reaction that you would have.
I waited for 2 years for you to come home to bring milk. Please, Father Squid.
I thought you were gonna.
milk. I brought home cigarettes.
I thought you were gonna say, "Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention." After, of course,
No,
that got your
no.
attention.
I've been paying attention. It's just there's been a reaction. I've been trying to think about that's appropriate for this. So the only thing I could think of is like his eyebrow raises, and he's just gonna like stalk them.
Hey, we got Book of Smiles in chat. So you're not gonna react to them?
Hey,
And
Actually, you know what? He might go up and ask like, what's going on?
just be like, I'm sorry, who did you just say?
Yes, I overheard a conversation. I heard a name that sounded familiar. Hopper.
And with that, we crossfade to the other players, Hopper, Torian, and Barbara, all leaving all of you are leaving the warehouse where you just had your fight last time. Most of you,
utter poo-poo.
most of you aren't terrible in condition. Hopper, your like external false skin / armor that self-repairs is a little scorched in some spots, and your sweater is, so excuse me.
You're excused.
But they're both a little like scorched up, so you're having to like hide the parts of your skin that are burned until they regrow. Thank you for the positive messages, Sheebs. But meanwhile, Torian, you're a bit worse for wear, has a large chunk of your chest cavity, like your metal plating, is just completely burned off irreparably. Because you also have the self-repairing armor feature. So, like, your armor plating, you have, like, an external sheet of a easily damaged, like, light aluminum shadow steel blend that has that sort of oxidized coppery green tone of your skin, and below it is the more traditional slightly purple hued metallic gray of shadow steel, and like that is exposed and damaged, and the overprotective layer won't quite be able to heal over it until you fix that section, because you got hurt the worst of the group. And you're still under your own shield is still a little under or your own gun, I mean, is still under the fritz of oh no, your shield and your gun are both under the fritz from your EMP blast you fired off on yourself. Oh no, your gun wouldn't be your built-in gun, because that's protected from it. It's just your external shield. This one here. But yeah. So, words.
Maybe some syllables.
All of you, the three of you are making your way through the streets, like having escaped the warehouse, trying to like catch your breath, you know, like, oh shit, you know, after having escaped the fight. And you've all just like sat down for a moment and are distributing the fat stack of cash you got between each other.
Yeah.
All right, are you distributing it? No, you're not distributing it, because right now it's all just in the hands of Torian.
Yeah, we're gonna deal with that later when we're not in the open. And people are like, yo, what? You pass and give me some.
Yeah, Torian is currently carrying 10,000 credits. That's right. That's how much you got that you weren't
It was
supposed to.
100,000 credits.
100,000. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I thought we came up with our own like currency.
That's
but
what's
I can't
written.
remember what it was.
This Shadow Coin. Or Shadow Coin or Shadow Rod is what they're both known as. Because it's...
Yeah, I'll give you...
Shadow Bitcoin, or as I call it, shitcoin.
They're these small metallic rods of various thickness and length made out of a type of shadow steel that is more shadow particles than it is steel. So like actual shadow steel is mostly steel treated with the dark matter particulates found in shadow space to make it stronger. Well, the currency goes more heavy on the particulate side, making it a little bit more fragile and less good as an armor, but better for transporting the volatile particulates.
I do apologize, but hearing rods of various thickness and length made me think that Torian's carrying a bag of shadow spaghetti.
Yes.
Oh. I mean, you said it, not us.
1 credit weighs 1 gram, so you're carrying 100,000 grams right now. So like,
100,000 grams.
Well, 100,044.
Ah.
To convert that to
what?
pounds, that is 220 pounds. Whoa! Hang on, I did not realize how heavy I made this money.
Yeah, that's okay. Torian is thick.
Like,
You can
how's
carry
anyone
that.
supposed to make a living around here?
Because 1 credit is just like 0.002 pounds.
It's a grain of salt.
So it's not heavy. So I'm gonna quickly. I just realized I have to do the dice rolls, right? Give me a second.
What?
I forgot I was the one doing all the dice rolls. Let me get my dice rolling app up.
No.
Could we say with the?
What's up?
I guess I don't really know weight or density, but would we say the money weighs more or less than Barbara and Hopper combined?
Barbara's
I
ass
mean,
is
are the two of you
Take the
combined
video.
more than 220 pounds? What do you think?
yes.
I don't know. The arm.
I'm gonna go ahead and just do a strength check to see how much you are struggling to carry this.
I want to tell you right now, Ulrich, it's very rude for you to ask Barbara her weight.
Torian, do you have any extra stats that benefit strength? I realize I ask this constantly, but I ask it constantly.
He needs to.
That's fair. I think I have physical strength as one of my.
It's all tracked in our direct personal DMs or personal our Discord, not the one for the channel. Let me look.
The secret Discord.
Yeah, I just have a strong, so +1 dice on all strength checks.
Did we not give you a special trait for being large?
I don't think we did, or at least there's no dedicated trait for my size.
Yeah, we don't seem to have anything written down.
I would imagine that the size would still be able to carry it, but
Yeah, I'd wanted to have being larger. I think I had messaged you about this. I just don't think we ever recorded in your character section. Because you're larger in size, you have more disadvantage on nimbleness and stealth type checks, but a better advantage on strength and physical based checks just because you're so dang big. So
Hopper wants to help carry money.
you're gonna get 2 extra dice on this. We're just seeing how much they were struggling in the initial pickup.
Makes sense.
You got 4 successes, one of them resulting from a burst, but also one dice break, which totals 3 successes. So you can carry this money. You're just having a bit of a hard time, you know?
Hopper, grab your hands. Give me
Carrying this reinforced sack containing 200 pounds of money.
That's okay. The equivalent is almost the same thing of Barbara's butt.
If you don't know how the other man was carrying it,
It's very kind of you.
if you don't know how the gas mask guy, the villain, was carrying it, it's because he had that gravity gun. That's what I'm gonna say. He was carrying it with his gravity gun.
Yeah, he's a cheater.
Yeah.
My retroactive realization of how heavy your money is.
You're retconning that makes it easier for the bad guy who's dead, but harder for us who are alive and have the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just have
Thank
to
you.
distribute the money between all of you.
I want to. I already figured out. If we do 30 grand each, that leaves us with 10 grand left over. But that's already 30 grand is heavy, so Torian should carry the remainder 10 grand, making Torian carrying 40, and me and Barbara have 30.
Barbara doesn't even know about the money at this point. At least she doesn't know that we have it.
That would be 66 pounds for each of you.
That's fine. 66
Here's an
pounds is
idea.
Before adding in what you're already carrying.
I already have 871.
You're each carrying about 2 pounds of money before factoring in the 100,000. Like the two of you, I mean. That being said, we can worry a bit more about the money right now. Torian's able to carry it because they're so dang big. Long term, you all gotta find a bank account, is what this means.
No, I
You can
am the
just-
bank account.
Have it so we can carry it.
No, because banking is an important part of the universe.
Okay.
I'm afraid of Pulsar stealing from me.
Yeah, and also, do
afraid
you
of the
really want to be
bank
carrying
stealing
all
it.
this money on you?
If I
Yeah.
if I could afford a mattress, that's where I'd put it.
But anyway, yes, the all. With that, how long was it? More than 10-minute
long.
conversation about the weight of money. Welcome
Yeah.
to tabletop campaigns, everybody. You all meet up sort of in the streets, you know, as you step off to like a side alley away from the busy street where people have set up a bunch of markets in the market stalls and stuff. I just realized for some reason I had Max at not full health. Let me fix that.
How could you? How dare you?
And
That's
for
so
some
rude.
reason, you don't have me at
Can't
full.
breathe. I'm not
Oh, well, you're not at full health because you were taking damage previously.
Damn, I thought I could trick.
Although, actually, honestly, that being said, this thing does fill up when you get to safety, and you guys are gonna have enough of a rest for that one to fill. Because that's your poise, that's your stamina, you know.
Yay!
So as you all start to get together and like catch your breaths, you know, well, how do all of you talk after what happened?
Hoppy will apologize for being trouble. For bringing trouble and danger to them.
Well, Barbara was gonna apologize because this whole thing was her idea.
No, don't. There's no need to. I have not been fully open about my past, and I didn't think at all it will come around so quickly. So I apologize for not informing you both of the fact I'm basically was being manhunted for what I am.
Hey. I mean, what lady hasn't been manhunted every now and again, am I right? Elbows a little too hard.
This opera could take it. It's okay. I think you're speaking for yourself. I'm not that charming.
Shut up! I mean, don't really, but I mean, you're great.
You're both wonderful. And thank you. Again, sorry for putting you both in danger.
Hopper, you have done so much for us since we first met you. We are more than happy to help you in the event of danger, as needed.
I appreciate it.
And that's when you all notice a figure has stepped into the end of the alleyway. You can't quite make out who they are because it's a little dimly lit in this part of town because it's so far from the artificial light that stands in the middle of the top center of the dome.
Is that Santa Claus?
Do we all notice them?
Yes. And like they have entered the alleyway facing toward all of you.
Hey, see?
Torian tenaciously reloads
Someone's
their gun.
manhunting us again.
Maybe we're just blocking their way. We are pretty much like three people in an alleyway.
Max, you, after following the lead you were given by the man in the bar, see a woman with a tall, voluptuous woman with a robotic arm in a brightly pink jumpsuit, an 8-foot tall by 8-foot wide frog-looking robot man, and Hopper, all in an alleyway. How do you react? What do you do?
Hello, Hopper.
Huh? Wait. Is that really you?
I would
You
imagine
know-
That homeless guy knows you?
That's a start point. You made me laugh. That gets you star points.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the moment.
It's okay.
I would imagine Max though has like a hoodie of some sort, and he just like takes the hood off.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
So, hang on, what do you want for clothing in specific? You have a hoodie.
Well, it's not like a hoodie, but it's like one of those leather jackets that has a hoodie.
A leather jacket, kind of like, I'm imagining something similar to what the protagonist of Prototype wears.
Yeah. I do think that there is a jumpsuit of sorts that's underneath his clothes, but he pretty much wears like that leather binding stuff. And I would imagine that the leather
He looks
jacket.
like the Punisher, but if he was edgier.
I feel like in this world in general, for people who travel frequently, jumpsuits are a very common article of clothing, because,
Yeah.
it's something that immediately cooperates well with armors, spacesuits, you know. It's utilitarian, and this is a very utilitarian world.
That
And you
and
can
like,
easily
keep it cool.
stitch corporate logos onto them.
Yep.
Yep. I would imagine also too the jacket would be kind of like rugged up from like gunfire and all that stuff.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna throw out to you right now, you do not currently have any weaponry, because I'm starting you more or less on the same footing as all the other players, where you don't have any real gear, weaponry, equipment. You're gonna have to earn that. You're dirt poor. You were in a very low point when you heard the news of your missing friend. But sorry, carry on, scene.
So he's just gonna walk on over. He takes his hood off. He's like, "Hello, Hopper. It's been a while."
Can I pull out like my my metal sword?
And this is
Like-
and Hopper like recognizes the voice.
Hang on, let
And
me
then
make that gift
he's-
visible. I've upgraded things. I can now show. Hang on. Oh, hang on. That's the wrong. What is happening? Hang on.
Oh shit!
You broke it.
Hang on.
dare you break it?
There we go. GIF.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Very cute
Hopper
GIF.
first hears the voice, not sure if it's the real deal, but sees like that old man Jenkins face and runs over with the fullest of sprints ever before slowing down enough to just leap into this freaking beefy man's arms. Like, Max! You're alive! You're alive! I thought I'll never see you again, Max.
I thought you were dead too. I looked for you everywhere and I couldn't find any sign of you.
Me too. And I was hoping you'd show up in any of the stations, but I forgot you're also really good at hiding.
It comes with a trade with people like us.
I'm so glad to see you again.
Kid, you have no idea how good it feels to see you.
And I'm sorry you missed the show earlier too. I know you would have wanted your turn to beat his lights out, but that weirdo of a creep, the gas mask guy, is dead now.
About time he bit the dust.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I made some new friends. They're also part of.
Sorry, Barbara looks at Torian a little bit warily, like, "What the fuck is this guy?"
It's the foggiest idea myself. I tentatively approach Max, extend a handshake, and go, "Hello, my name is Torian. How you respond to this will determine our dynamics going forward."
I like the blunt statement of that. That's a star point. Also,
does he just say that out loud?
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't say that alone, I'd be more offended. So,
also, I'm going to give a star point to Max and Hopper for very good character moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And quick note, I did some observation rolls on the side, and as you get closer, Barbara, you would notice something strange. One,
He stinks.
Hopper, being an android, is crying, which is a very strange feature to have on a robot, but you suppose if you're trying to make them human-like, it makes sense. But two, you realize briefly those tears aren't dripping down her face, but floating away from her eyes and sparkling slightly. And as you get close for a brief moment, you realize they look similar to the particulates that float through shadow space when you are looking at like the windows or screens of a ship, before they
Can I
quickly
touch-
fade away and are gone. Do you want to touch one?
Yeah, with my robotic arm.
As you touch it, your hand like sparks a little bit and like the finger twitches, but you quickly regain control.
I just realized what you just said. Smiles. How dare you? That was very funny. Star point for books and smiles.
No,
Hopper, you got-
Steve's in chat. Yeah.
Hopper, you have some pretty weird but interesting friends.
Well, they're very loyal and they are very tough too. Again, this is Torian, and over here, this is Barbara.
Oh, charmed, I'm sure. I hold my robotic arm hand out. Like,
I like to think you haven't folded the sword back in yet. So you like point the sword at him and fold the sword back in and the hand comes out Swiss Army knife style.
it's always doing that. Oh,
Max is gonna vigorously shake his hand like a sailor. He said, "Nice sword."
Her hand.
no, ooh.
Her hand. Sorry, her hand.
Except the way I held it out was like as if you're going to kiss it, but then you just start shaking it, and so it just starts flopping around. Like, oh,
You never-
it's very nice to meet you.
What about Torian's hand? Torian offered a handshake first.
That's true. Torian is anticipating a handshake and still hasn't gotten one.
Did Barbara just like step in front of Torian?
That's what I thought was happening. That you stepped in front of Torian. That's why I didn't say anything with Max shaking Torian's hand.
And that does line up for personalities.
Yeah.
Hello, Torian person. And he shakes Torian's hand.
I appreciate the handshake. Alas, I am not a person. I am a robot. But you, from my initial impression, you seem like a nice, decent fellow. Hopper clearly seems to like you. So I see no reason to believe that we won't like you as well.
Well, Max here actually was one of my very first friends when traveling through shadow space. He's one of the companions that I got separated from.
Gosh,
Yeah, we share a history. But it's good to see you again. And I'm glad that you're in good hands.
They're very tough and funny.
I would imagine that Max would see the amount of the bag of money or the amount of money you guys are carrying, and he's kind of like posing questions.
The robot, yeah, you can see the robot has a big hole blasted in their chest and is carrying a very large bag of some kind, but you don't know necessarily what's in the bag.
So, are you gonna? Do you need help with repairs or something?
Oh right,
yes.
Max can repair us. He is actually used to repair me when I was really injured.
Oh yeah, that was a trait your character had in the original campaign, wasn't it?
Yes, early on.
We didn't give that to you in this setup, but I feel like it would make sense to give that to you even though I forgot to. So we're going to give you a engineering skill.
Really? You would repair Hopper here?
Yeah,
Well-
it's a long story.
Well, we had junk material, so I looked pretty clunky, but it
yeah.
did help a lot.
Clunky.
Well, no, Barbara, don't think like that.
What? Well, I'm not thinking like anything. I mean, yeah, what's in the bag, Torian?
Because Torian hasn't actually, no one's actually seen the bag. Although, Barbara, you would recognize the bag as the one that was thrown down and offered as payment.
Yeah, but I don't know what's in it.
Well,
I don't-
when it had been thrown down previously, a little bit of money had spilled out in the warehouse.
Some dust. Bags of dust.
Okay. Torian.
I hope you all know that Sheebs in chat wants to give all your characters little kisses. Sorry.
Oh,
Hopper's forms of kisses is cheek nuzzles. To you,
Wait,
Sheep.
do you like the nose thing?
Cheek nuzzles. Noses for
oh.
noses for lovers, cheeks is for friends.
Oh. Adorable.
Ollie, out of curiosity, Max would have, I would assume, some sort of hideout in the place in Athens, right?
You do not. You don't have a home. You mostly just move from like the scout headquarters generally allow people to stay so long as they're not like lounging about. They give free homes so long as you're doing jobs and like for brief stints in between jobs, but if you're just spending an excessive amount of time in a local scout base, they'll usually be like, yo, pick up a job or get the fuck out. If you're a scout, you need to be working.
I
But
told you, Torian, he's homeless.
You guys are homeless. Also, I should re-explain this for Atomic Squid here. You probably remember a little bit from the old campaign, but it's been a while. The Scout Corps is a band of mercenary type people, basically D&D adventurers in space, who don't work for any particular corporation but are provided full protection from corporate groups. Generally, corporate groups aren't allowed to directly target you or take out contracts against you because you're protected by the Scout Code, but also scouts aren't allowed to attack or harm each other. But corporate groups are allowed to hire a scout to kidnap another scout. They just can't kill them or harm them. So unless you directly attack a corporate group, they are not allowed to attack you. Giving you this sort of weird state of legal amnesty. It was created more or less as a loophole to allow the corporate heads to keep on performing corporate espionage on each other after the first corporate war. This is all stuff you would have learned in the time since you've been looking for your friends and you joined the Scout Corps, which you don't know why, but the term corporate war scratches your brain in a weird way, but you aren't quite sure why. That's something that's always like been itching in your head that you're like, why does corporate war feel important to me? And whenever you ask people, they say that it was hundreds of cyclones ago. Weird shadow space time. I'm not going to heavily define a lot of the time phrases, aside from I will say ticks is the shadow space equivalent of seconds, and they are measured utilizing an atomic clock. And a cycle is roughly equivalent to a day. A cyclone is a indistinct, very long time period. Several cycles go into a cyclone. So when people say hundreds of cyclones ago, they're basically saying what for a normal person would be like generations.
Gotcha.
But for some reason, the corporate wars feels significant to you.
You know you shouldn't wash your clothes for many cycles because then they will deteriorate and become sheets of fabric and convert into Minecraft coins.
What? Anyway, sorry. Character interactions continue.
We should probably get you guys off the streets. It's not safe here. We should probably find at least a junkyard so we can begin some of those repairs.
Well, we could also just use what the money is. This is money after all.
Yes, but
Indeed, yes. I show Barbara and Max what's inside the bag.
Which You would all know money
Valid.
enough looking at that to be like, hang on, that's gonna be fucking heavy.
Well, Max kind of blushes. He's like, with that amount of money, you do not want to go to anywhere right now.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
so I guess we'll stay here.
No, the streets are not safe. Let's go find a junkyard. It's at least more discreet there, and we can figure out what to do with that money later.
okay.
Very well.
Hmm.
How do we get to a junkyard while carrying all the money with us?
I'm gonna assume you guys will generally know how to navigate well.
But I figured Max at the very least knows where the local junkyard is.
I
yeah.
lift up one of my jumpsuit pant leg things and stick it out of the road, and I say, "Taxi!"
The roads are not clear enough for vehicles to be moving around. Most people are traveling on foot. I do love the joke, though.
No, just someone just sees that and just like, I'll carry you. Where
do-
you go?
Do any of you have any observation-based traits? Quick question.
I have long range vision.
I have 2 working eyeballs.
None
I
of you.
have
Oh,
eyes that act as headlights, so if it's dark out, I got you covered.
Okay.
I do technically have. Well, I am like part. Was it not synthetic?
Splicer. Oh yeah, you have night
Yeah.
vision, right? Is that
I
a thing
think
we get?
so.
Yeah.
We could be mistaking it for my other character
I think you do.
that we both know and love,
Okay.
or at least I do.
I'm gonna double check with Optus. I know she has.
Don't worry about it.
Vision.
You all collectively passed the check. I was doing a passive perception check as you all going along.
Yeah, no, she has
Yay.
telescopic vision. You can see for extended range. Add 1D when applicable.
As you were all moving along, you would notice a few people would try and like pickpocket you guys, but you would all maneuver in a way to prevent it. I imagine at one point Barbara like grabs someone's hand and holds it back and just glares at them and lets them go. No, shady street traveling, you run the risk of people trying to take money.
I feel like Max being there, be like anyone who even tries to just touch Hopper in general, he's like, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna lose your hand today.
He gives him the evil stare. Like, what's his name from Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs? The ground.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
You see this thumb? This thumb has killed 10 men.
Hey.
We're after the Super Mimus, whose name is Ruby.
Yeah, you all make your way to a scrapyard in the area that you are able to like find the location of. You know, we're not gonna worry too hard about how you find it. It's a city, you can get directions. And as you all enter the scrapyard, or or you all enter, you can see there's like various junk and stuff, and you're obviously gonna need to buy some metal in order to do the repairs. But Barbara, you see something that catches your eye. Is that a Roach class ship?
What color is it?
It's old, like worn down, like patchy, like unpainted, kind of starting to show signs of wear. Looks mildly damaged. Because this is a scrapyard after all.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. Oh, thank God! We don't need to. We don't need to actually buy it. We can just take it.
You're in a scrapyard owned by a person. Scrapyards are generally owned by people who technically own all the garbage in it.
Can we roll for Barbara to know that?
Well, in order to get through the fence into the area.
Exactly. Exactly, Doodle.
Okay, well, hang on, let me show that. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's also a good movie. Good movie.
This GIF. This is the GIF that. Oops.
Good movie. Good movie.
And then that GIF. Oh my god.
I love them.
That is basically how your hand operates. That's funny.
Such
hang
a
on.
good movie.
That is a great movie.
Mm-hmm. But
I would imagine that the gas mask guy sounds like Willem Dafoe.
it's much more of like a Bane voice.
Like a Bane version of Willem Dafoe.
Yes. Also, I want to quickly throw out there had never been art of the character up until Torian drew it. So I do appreciate. Hang on, I'm trying to get the image. I do appreciate in the image of you doing the dog pile that you interpreted Gas Mask Guy as having long hair, and that is now canon.
Yeah.
Very
visual
grammatical.
interpretation of a very important moment from last session's fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to
Very
see the
important.
image more clearly, head on over to the Discord. Very, very good image. But yeah, the as you approach the scrapyard, like the whole scrapyard would have like a fence around it, and there'd be like you'd have to go in through a building, and the guy like as you walked in through the front door, the owner would look up and be like, "You all looking for some scrap?" And then he immediately his eyes go to Torian, and he's like, looking to repairs or to junk it?
Repairs. We're gonna repair our friend.
You got it yourself, or do you need help? As they immediately go
We-
over and start to type at a little computer.
We got it.
I
Alright.
immediately just start to wander in.
You go over to the door and it's locked. Alright.
I think your door's broken.
It's locked. Don't want people going in without being watched. Old Sparky will keep an eye on all you and tally up anything you touch. And as they say that, they type on the computer, and then a big eye-shaped robot floats out from the back room, little antennas sticking out the side of it, like it has like big eyelids on it and everything, and as it flies over, it's like and it just shakes a little bit and starts sparking as it floats. And then the door like it makes an alarm sound, you hear a loud clunking sound, and it swings open. If you have any inquiries about the stuff back there, just talk to Sparky and I'll be able to speak to you through them.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And so all of you head into the scrapyard.
Yes. Oh, Gordon Ramsay.
For context of what Gordon Ramsay was just said, this GIF.
Sorry, that was supposed to be Sparky.
Yes, I like it.
Gordon Ramsay
Yeah.
just came along for the ride.
Honestly, it is roughly the size of a Aperture Labs core, but is floating, has antennas on the side, and the eyelid is like a full thing that goes over the entire eye, the entire like front half. The whole thing is just one big eye on the front, you know, one big robo eye, and it floats out following all of you as you all go into the scrapyard.
Whoa.
151 Observant Intrusion. I am the monitor of installation. Piece of crap.
Actually, yeah, that's a really good way to describe them. They look like the fucking things from Halo, except with antennas on the side and entire head-spanning eyelids. Monitors, yes.
And makes broken sounding noises, I imagine.
It speaks like a kazoo.
That's kind of cute, actually.
Yeah, as you all flow, it just like follows behind you, and so you're gonna start looking for scrap metal for Torian. Do y'all want to look for anything else while you're here?
I'm just looking at the ship.
It
Max is
definitely.
going to be looking for tools and equipment to prepare for repairs.
So y'all start looking through, seeing all this stuff.
I'm gonna try to find a thingy-mabob for a shadow space of recovery.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to use the bathroom.
What do you mean by a thingamabob?
The thing you want to do operational on my brain.
Oh, some metal that would like protect you from the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I look
Alright.
for the good alloy.
All
I
right.
use
So,
my observation. I use my telescopic vision range.
and it won't be too hard to find the metal you're looking for in a big old scrapyard like this. So, between you and Max, you're all able to find the metal. 1 for repairing Torian, 2 for you, Hopper, to remain conscious in shadow space. Which, do you want to grab enough so that Torian can as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure I could use it also in Torian's open cavity chest. So it will protect his core. Well, their core. Yes, their core.
All right. Do you want to try and find anything else while you're digging through the scrapyard? Any of you? Also, do you want to ask when you all start to separate, Sparky would like shake a little bit, and a bunch of smaller versions of them, about the size of a softball, would come out of them, and each of you would be being followed by one of those.
Gosh, you had babies.
And then the big one is gonna float up to you, Barbara, and you're gonna hear from it. Interested in getting it?
I'm just, you can talk?
It's me, the owner. I can talk through it. I told you.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, a little iRobot owning a junkyard. Does the guy up front, does he work for you?
No, I'm the guy up front, talking to you through Sparky.
All right, I'm back.
Can I roll to get it?
I'm gonna say that's up to you if you want to have your character get it or not. Or do you want me to do a roll?
You know what? I've got a D20 right here. I'll do a roll. Yeah, she gets it.
A D20 in Heart of
Oh.
Action? Why, I never.
Oh, I thought. Oh, I didn't. Actually, you know, I'm gonna say this is all part of Barbara's plan, so that she looks dumber than she actually is.
Sure, play it that way.
This will help with the negotiations.
Um,
I'm just looking at it, you know, seeing if it's you know, it's, you know, I'm kind of I like spaceships.
Kind of like it fits.
You know, this isn't, you know, as nice as the last one I had. You know, it's a little rusty. But you know, these Roach class ships, you know, they're pretty sturdy. You know, they you know,
oh yeah,
they last longer.
They were built to last.
Oh, absolutely. You know, they say you can't hit a cat without hitting it. I mean, you can't throw a cat with there are a lot of these out there, is what I'm trying to say.
I've been trying to fix this bad boy up a little bit. If you're interested in buying her, I'd be willing to sell.
Wait a minute, but you just said that this bad boy. First of all, you said it was a bad boy, and then you said selling her. So
It's a ship.
there's that. And then, but you're gonna sell me a ship that's not even fixed?
It's not too much more work to get him going. How's 5,000 credits sound?
Reasonable. That's fucking reasonable.
I don't know. That's you know, I feel like I could, you know.
Do you want to do an intuition check? To see
I
how
mean, sure.
what you know? You have engineering skill, right?
I mean, I was gonna haggle anyways. Let me just double check.
This is us rolling to
Unless
see.
there's anyone in the chat who knows for sure.
Right now, I'm rolling to see if you know if your character
Yeah, I have an
vibes.
engineering.
All right. That's gonna factor into this. So, a used Roach class, fully operational, would generally go for about 5,000 credits in good condition. You know, a good condition Roach class used ship would cost about that much.
Yeah, but it's not fixed. I don't even know if this thing is operational.
Yeah, definitely
and,
not good
ugh,
condition.
Look at that paint job. It looks like that guy with the beard smells.
That's a star point. Man, the immediate shade. Is Barbara... The rumor come out. Does Barbara is sexist?
Is Barbara gay? Barbara's a little gay.
But yeah, they,
Careful, my hands can still slip while repairing you.
Oh my god, where'd you come from?
Barbara's not the one you're repairing. Torian is. Torian's being nice.
Torian's-
Why do you
It's just
think
like,
me?
what the fuck did I do?
Poor Torian, like, I feel threatened.
Sure.
I'm not in this
I-
conversation.
So, to
Sir,
fill you,
I'm quite literally sitting here.
also to fill you in on what Hopper's also wanting to do, Max, Hopper's grabbing some more sturdy metals that they want to use to shield both theirs and Torian's brains and central cores to allow them to stay conscious while in shadow space.
So first, you remember you have the fax machine noises? That still happens.
No, when you're doing those operations, that operation on Hopper, you'd probably want to do it elsewhere in private in order to not give away the fact that Hopper is an illegal android.
Illegal. I'm very illegal. Turbo illegal.
Because robots that are indistinguishable from humans are a crime.
Right. I
It's
feel
so
like though, no
close.
matter what, he still wants to respect the privacy of an individual or robot still getting fixed up.
Yeah. Well, the owner, you mean? Well, you want to hide from the owner that Hopper's a robot when you're doing the upgrade on them. So you guys would likely do the upgrade elsewhere, but the repair can happen here. In fact, everything on Torian can happen here. It's the parts on Hopper would have to happen elsewhere.
Got you, right. Like one of those speedy cars that you don't want the cops to know that you removed the cats out of.
Yeah. But, yeah, the guy, so the guy's haggling with you for the ship, Barbara. Are you gonna, you mentioned the whole thing of like, they offered 5,000 credits. What is your response?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if this thing can fly yet. I mean, you haven't even offered for me to test fly it or anything like that. I mean, really. I mean, in the condition that I know it's in right now, I wouldn't pay more than 1,500 personally.
All the bodywork is fine, aside from getting a little bit scuffed up from whatever fight it was in.
And does it even have weapons?
No roach class comes preloaded with them. It's a standard loadout. It's got piloting bay. It's got a bathroom. So some pods to sleep in. The one issue it has, it doesn't have a working core yet.
Well, I'd be willing to finance, if I could also get a tour. I could be persuaded to up my offer.
Alright. And the robot's gonna fly up and open the door.
How did you open that without hands?
Or like plugs into it with a little wire. Interfaces. And the cargo door opens up. And as you enter, you look around and you see that you're able to get on, look around, and it is a bare bones roach class. It actually looks less like this guy's been repairing it and more like he's been stripping it.
Disgusting.
Let me do another skill check from you. Oh yeah, you rolled good. Like everything needed for it to operate is still there. It's got like a control area where you can pilot it and fly. It's got it's got half of a like. So there's normally a little booth in these where it's like sort of like a diner booth with a table. The seats are there, the table is not. There is no internal furnishing aside from a waste disposal seat, i.e. a toilet, and a resting pod. Like not even a cryopod, a resting pod. Like, yeah, have you played Portal 1?
Of course.
You know the bed in the start of that?
Yeah, it's just a bed.
Basically
without oxygen.
Yeah, with like the big dome thing over it. Ooh, hang-
These things are dangerous.
Hmm.
Like,
Well-
suppose this malfunctions.
I just gotta kick the glass real hard. If it happens, you'd be fine. And after all, if something happened to your ship while you're flying through space, would you rather be in something airtight or not airtight?
Why would something bad possibly happen to this roach class in space? Are you saying it's not secure?
No, I'm saying space pirates are a thing. You don't want to deal with those damn unionists.
I have to say, you're not really doing a good job selling me on this.
Are you interested or not? And as they say that, you go into the back and you do see it is missing its power core. There is no shadow drive in it. This thing literally can't operate.
What are you trying to sell me here? I was going to offer, say, one.
You did 1,500 earlier. Just like
No,
30
he
minutes.
offered 5,000. The owner.
No, but Barbara offered 1,500.
That's right. I was going to. You were starting to convince me to go up in my price, but I don't know. It seems like it's worth a lot less. And really, if you're going to try and do me up like a kipper, then I'm afraid I'm just gonna have to pass.
All right.
He said, "Okay, you don't need to buy it, then buy it."
You want to get off it then?
I was really hoping I could convince him.
You did not pick the right convincing option. You told him you weren't gonna buy it, and he isn't a car dealer. He's a scrapper. Also, are you making repairs to Torian right now, Max?
I would imagine.
I'm not gonna make
Right.
you guys roll. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it.
He's like laser focused.
Can Hopper try to find Barbara, because Hopper's very happy with finding the material and give some to Max to help add it to Torian.
Are you
sorry.
giving Torian that upgrade right now? The shadow shielding on their core and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, so that means that if you enter now when Torian is in shadow space, they don't zone out.
Yes, he's trying to be very delicate and careful because
You don't become a toaster.
I was thinking, I had the funny thought of, I like to think that when Hopper's there, they make like fax machine sounds. Torian just makes the sounds of frogs in a swamp. You know, like the sound when hundreds of frogs are all croaking at once.
Nature Sounds, Volume
there
34.
so many?
Max is a little confused from the sounds of it, but he's too focused on to begin questioning things.
But so Hopper, you find Barbara while getting off the ship. Or are you getting off the ship, Barbara, or are you staying on it?
I'm still trying to like haggle with the guy.
So Barbara, you hear Hopper, you hear Barbara's voice coming from a ship that has its bottom open, a roach class. Oh yeah, which I should explain for Max. So a roach class starship, right? They're designed to be the cheapest of cheap ships for people. Picture a cockroach, but make it a robot. And big.
And like actual roaches, they could probably survive a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, they're designed to last long, but not be very pretty or efficient.
Like a Camry.
Gotcha.
That's why the company that made them went under.
Toyota? Oh, are you talking about in Shadow Space?
Yeah, no, I meant the company that makes the because they made a cheap ship that lasts a very long time, their company went under because they just couldn't sell enough ships compared to their competitors.
Yeah.
But
they made them too reliable.
Yeah. And they made and sold so many though that they can still be found all over the galaxy used Roach class ships. They were made by what is the company? Hang on. I have the company name in my notes somewhere. Hang on.
Saturn.
No, I got a name.
Jupiter. Formacadia
Mobile was the company that made them.
What the fuck?
They are a transportation company primarily that was very present across the galaxy decades ago. Across the universe. But have since gone under. But
Look,
yeah.
pal, this is...
Sorry, go ahead.
This is no ship. This is... What you're selling me is an abandoned old house.
Listen, you're the one walking into a junkyard looking for a ship. I'm willing to sell it if you want it.
Yeah,
But-
I'm looking for a ship. This isn't a ship. It can't even fly. Does it even have air conditioning?
That's so cool. My
No.
gosh, Hopper's boobies are massive.
Hang on, let me
Okay.
Yeah,
brag
I
about
posted
it.
something in the Discord.
yeah, I'm gonna show
About
it.
you. Sorry
There
to
it is.
derail the ship haggling.
No, it's good. So
That's
boop,
awesome.
one art, and boop the other. I hope those are. Oh nope, those are not displaying good. When I make them bigger.
No.
What?
Well,
Hopper's
you
boobs.
all can see that. There you go. That's the
It's
artwork.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Very pretty, and that's gonna earn you 2 more star points. But yeah, sorry. Continue haggling. Yeah, there's a.
I mean, what about inertial dampeners? How do I know my bones aren't going to turn to jelly if I ever did manage to get it out of the atmosphere? Where's the title for this thing?
It has all the essential. It has all the essential equipment on board. It's only missing its drive. I assure you, the thing can fly, and you would be safe in it.
You're telling me it's got all of the essentials on it, except for the most essential thing of any interstellar transport.
Yep.
500.
It's worth at the very least 2,000 in scrap.
Ugh. What if I said, pretty please? I kind of
All right.
clench my my boobies together.
We're now going to do a charm check. Every success on this check will increase the amount of money they take off. So this thing, they're asking for 2,000 right now, so every success will remove 10 credits from the price. Do you have sexually attractive? Do you have any other charming traits?
I don't know, unless this guy has a cyborg / splicer fetish. Not attractive will just have to do.
They are pure humans, so you're fine on that. Do you want to spend any star points?
Yeah, 1.
Alright. So, let me get rid of that star point you spent. So you got a total of 4 successes with 1 dice break, plus an additional success from your star point. That means that it totals out to, after the dice crash removes one of your successes, you got 4 successes, which will remove 40 credits. For a star point, you can remove an additional 10 credits from the price.
So,
It would
Uh,
so
still
what is it
be
down to now?
Hang on. So they were asking for 2,000.
1,850.
No, 1,960. Yeah, but you can bring another 10 credits off it.
That's not very much.
Each success is 10 credits off the price.
I'm sorry for giving you another 100 discount. Sorry.
So,
I am bad at math.
the way I handle the haggling is if an item is priced in the triple digits or below, every success is a single credit off. Every digit beyond, I add a 0 onto the end for it. So at 1,000 credits, every success is 10 credits off. And if it was 10,000 credits, every success would be 100 credits off. More
That's fair.
expensive things are easier to haggle the price down on because the person is still making a hefty profit, so they don't care as much.
That's fair.
Okay,
No.
my success just wasn't that good. Okay.
I mean, it was actually pretty good. It removed 40
That's
credits.
It was from 5,000 to 1,960. That's not bad. Think about it, Barbara. That's like more than.
So, do you accept the trade? You'd still need to find an
Fine,
engine. You'd still need to find an engine to put in it.
Then you just fuck me on that one too.
You have money, dude. It's okay.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
But I think the deal from it being 5,000 now is 1,960 is not bad of a drop.
Fine, you crook.
Property.
All right. I'll give you half a cycle to get it out of my scrapyard. If you don't get it out by then, it defaults back. It'll default back to me. Sound like a deal? And a touch screen is going to extend out the bottom of the thing with the contract.
What? Now just wait 1 minute. How am I supposed to get it out if it doesn't have a core?
That'd be your problem. You're the one trying to buy it from me. the long pause of trying to think of how you're gonna haggle this.
This guy's a fucking crook. Oh my god.
What if Hopper just built like fucking Jason like baits the machine by just touching it and roars to life?
In
I mean,
theory,
the only reason why I'm discussing this is because I know you don't want me to kill him.
in theory, the two, either Torian or Hopper, could wire themselves directly into where the core goes to fly it. Most
How?
things use a similar sized generator in this world, because generators just work by opening. Like, it wouldn't be able to fly super fast
Okay,
because of
so
their energy output, but they
I'm
would be able to
thinking
put
like
enough
a
energy
core
into
is
a
like
fly.
an engine.
Yes. Everything in this
How-
world, all technology, universally operate on shadow drives or shadow cores. The same name.
Is this in one of the lore videos that you put out?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So everything in the universe operates on shadow drives or shadow cores. A shadow drive or shadow core is a device that holds dark energy.
Okay,
Or
he's
shadow
basically
energy.
saying,
A
he's
vi-
basically saying, all right, he's basically saying, all right, you have to get this car, you have to drive this car out only without its engine. How the fuck are you supposed to do that?
You're in a junkyard. If you went to a scrapyard and tried to buy a large amount of scrap, it's on you to transport it.
It's okay. We could just hook up Torian to it just to get it out of the junkyard.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
Yes.
get repossessed
Hook up
by
the
him.
toaster.
Whoever's hooked up to the ship would be operating in the zoned out state that, because they'd be dedicating so much energy to the ship, they'd zone out the same way that they do when they're lost in shadow space.
I'd rather hear frogs and fox machine noises.
Yeah, I think the
All right.
rainforest noises in space would be quite relaxing.
I'm done playing around. I want a ship. I want a core in it. I want it to fly. I want it to work. Now, how much are you gonna sell me on it to have it fully repaired?
I ain't a repairman. I'm a junk dealer. If you want to get a core for it, you're gonna have to go out and find one. If you're not interested in it, you don't have to take it. Sorry, you go ahead, Hopper.
It's okay. Barbara, it's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Barbara's lip is just like trembling in rage.
It's okay.
Her
Like,
eyes are
listen.
twitching.
Hey,
Something's
Barbara,
beginning to snap.
think about it, Barbara. If we can at least get it out of here, that means we can we could buy a fresh core, and you could pick all the body work and body paint. What about all the extra stuff? You could make it fully customizable, the Barber Roach. Sounds good?
You know, I don't know. I'll have to talk about it with my friends before I really make a deal out of this.
Alright, you can sign on your way out if you decide you want it. The little contract hanging at the bottom of the robot slides back in.
Barbara, let's go check up on Torian.
Yep. Hey, can you tell me what that piece of equipment is over there? I point to something I point to something right next to it.
Just some random piece of scrap.
Yes.
The iRobot looks at it.
And then I quickly whisper to Hopper, "We could just steal it."
It'll be very obvious it was me. Just so you know. Be better suited if you had Torian in it and everyone checking it. But
What was that guy with the gas mask? What was his name?
Gas mascot.
We'll blame it on him.
But, that means we're blaming the pulsars.
Exactly.
Putting this.
What's he gonna do? Mess with them? I don't think so.
Really, you're lucky I have evident proof of the pulsars, but I don't know if that's will be believable.
Also,
This guy.
to quickly establish how crime and jurisdiction stuff works in this world, there's not cops who do investigations. There's you piss somebody off, so they hire hitmen to kill you.
You.
Yeah,
Listen,
okay.
If this guy thinks you're the one who
Good to
stole
know.
it, he's gonna hire the hitmen to come after you, and he won't care if you aren't actually the one who stole it. If he thinks he knows who took it, he's gonna hire the mercenaries to go after the person who he thinks took it. Although very likely he
Well,
ended
we've-
up hiring members of the Scout Corps who wouldn't kill you, but they'd capture you and bring you back to him, and then he'd
we've-
get to kill you.
We've already spent a long time on this ship in this episode, so we're leaving with it regardless. Otherwise, this will be a complete waste of time for the players and the audience.
All good.
Hopper's just saying, like, it'd be very obvious it was her.
Also, you guys have $100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
she
like-
doesn't mind.
Yes,
If
but
this,
Barbara's also thinking about maybe they can buy back the Genomen,
Oh.
because clearly they're
Oh.
seen as property and not people.
You could do that if you went to where they're gonna get sold. Huh.
Brian.
Barbara's-
Brian's brain working. He's like, wait a
What?
minute.
Did I just blow the DM's brain?
I didn't even think about the fact that you could do that.
Barbara's thinking about optional but very important party member, Trampy.
Rampy.
Trampy.
Oh yeah, Greg doesn't know about Trampy.
They went onto a ship full of horrific mutant abominations and managed to befriend them. And then they finished their mission, and now all the horrific abominations are going to be sold to the arena in the middle of the town for gladiatorial combat. Because they're not considered human. They're Geno soldiers.
Right.
Look, Trampy saved my life. I couldn't call myself a friend if I weren't willing to do the same.
Hmm.
See,
And you know what?
they're technically not humans because their creation didn't involve the human sperm or egg cell, and their DNA is less than 60% human.
Don't be a pedantic bitch, Brian.
Well, no, I'm saying legally in the laws of this world.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
why they're treated more like a pet than a person, despite having human level intelligence.
Sorry, Brian. When it comes to Trampy, I'm a little defensive. I go to find the others.
So everyone goes and meets up. You can see that
What a beauty.
Max is doing a very good job of repairing Torian.
Max, you're doing a very good job of repairing Torian.
Thanks. I had to
Yep.
pop open the opening hatch of a turret once while floating through space. That was fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I have some deodorant if you want some.
What are you implying?
I'm just, if you're gonna be one of us, we might as well.
I love the active decision from you as a player to decide he's stinky. He never said anything about his character being stinky. You chose that his character is stinky.
Yeah, didn't you say he was homeless?
You're all homeless.
Yeah, but Barbara doesn't stink.
Considering you have, or no, you were bathing on the ship you were on previously, so you don't stink currently. Actually,
Barbara has
do you have
ways.
human blood on you right now?
What the fuck?
You don't have human blood on you.
Oh, that's right.
I don't think you got any blood on you during that fight.
Really? If you say so. Oh, maybe you're right. I think I used the plasma.
Yeah, you used gun more than sword. And mostly
It's
laser.
Trampy that looks like a murder machine. Not Trampy. What the fuck?
Torian.
Torian looks like a murder machine right now.
I do think coincidentally Torian didn't get any blood on their body either.
What are you talking about? There's a hole in their chest.
Yeah, there's a hole in their chest, but they didn't make anyone bleed.
They stepped on people.
Oh God, step on me.
Hopper is the one that has blood because they cut Achilles' ankles and then lasered a man point blank in the face.
Yes, but you've pulled your sleeves over it. But yes,
My assumption was the lasers were from her mouth.
Anyway, Max has done a very... The lasers don't cause bleeding, they cauterize. Max has done a very good job of repairing Torian. Torian's auto-healing metal is already covering the wound.
Alright, you should be able to sit with those repairs.
Oh, I feel amazing. Thank you, Max.
Yeah, no problem.
Friends, I'm in a financial and slightly moral pickle.
What's the pickle?
You see
Dill.
that ship over there?
Yeah, what
Who
about
said
the
that?
ship?
I did. You're all still being
Bravo.
followed by the iBot thing, by the way.
Yeah.
The iBots. The
We're
iRobots.
trying
to God was like Dill, and everybody's like,
We're trying to strike a deal.
But
Ah.
that's a star point. That's a star point right there.
I look at the eyeballs. Do you mind? We're having a private conversation here.
You're in my junkyard.
Well, you're in my personal space.
The robot does not move away from you. What the fuck? Why is there an extra star floating?
I have to go to the bathroom. Would anybody like to join me? She gives everybody an as inconspicuous a look as possible.
Last time I went to a bathroom, it was a very strange place.
Look, I apologize for that, okay?
Look, if you need help talking about the ship problem, I don't mind speaking to this guy.
I kind of heard part of it. The price is reasonable. It's just it doesn't have a core. That's about it.
And how is that reasonable?
Well, it sounded reasonable what it was being asked.
He's trying to upsell us on something that doesn't work.
It's a
I'm a
skeleton.
scrap metal dealer.
I'm
Not
sorry,
a car
I'm not-
not a ship dealer.
Excuse me, sir. I'm not used to being interrupted.
Eye narrows. Actually, no, the eye does not narrow because the robot that goes.
Oh, that's why you call Sparky. Very cute.
Out of curiosity,
I
That
glare
and
at
he's-
Hopper a little bit.
That and he sparks.
out of curiosity, has Max pulled any jobs for this guy in the past, the scrap metal dealer?
Probably not. You haven't been here long, and you've only done a handful of missions within Athens.
Hmm.
You usually just end up getting moved planet to planet by contractors, and then just wherever you end up, you settle for a little while, do a few missions until you have another mission that takes you off planet.
Gotcha. Is it possible to roll for speech, trying to convince the guy to throw in the core?
Well, clearly not.
They do not have a core.
They don't. No.
No,
Okay.
not one to sell.
Is it possible to fix a broken one, or it's just Dunzo?
I don't know, Brian. Is it?
In theory, if you got a broken core somewhere in the scrapyard and fixed it, you could jumpstart it by taking the ship into shadow space, which would require flying the ship out of orbit of the planet and entering shadow space. So you would need to temporarily power it using one of the robots.
Wait a minute. I remember, Hopper, you leak shadow space, don't you?
What?
I saw you earlier. You were like crying, and I look at the robot.
It's still just
And I,
there. Watching.
I kind of just like push the eye out like farther away from us.
Get
then-
out of here!
And then I scoot over closer to Hopper. Like,
As you extend your hand to it, it floats away from you and goes, "Ding," and he says, "Keep your hands off my bot."
oh, I wanted you to get farther away, so thank you. And I turn back to Hopper. I go, you were crying shadow space when you saw Max. Do you think that could, I don't know, be something we could use?
Materials in there as a power generator? I don't think that'll be enough, but it may work. We find a broken one.
Can I roll for it? Because I just realized that, like, that stuff also, like, EMPs,
Well, no,
like electronics as well.
no. So you could use her as a power source. You could wire either Torian or Hopper directly into the generator and fly the ship temporarily. It would just make them sort of zone out. From there,
We're
you
out of
can.
commission.
From there, you can very slowly fly the ship up out of orbit and perform a shadow jump using their energy, and get a repaired core into space and jumpstart it in shadow space. In order to jumpstart the core, you would need to be in shadow space, which you can use one of the robots to perform a jump, either Torian or Hopper, and then somebody would have to carry the core, the repaired core out of the ship and open it to vent and have it like suck in energy, and then do that to jumpstart it.
God damn. A lot of steps.
Nothing else would give us. Well, you could theoretically jumpstart it on the city's supply, like power grid supply, but that would likely cause a citywide blackout briefly. Because the amount of energy that is needed to initially get a drive going is a lot, because shadow drives are more or less perpetual energy generators. Because they work by opening a quark-sized wormhole to shadow space through which energy can flow from that realm into ours, because shadow space is full of pure energy. And then it uses the energy that comes out of it to resustain the portal.
I feel like I'm just digging this campaign into a hole.
Why? You're trying to haggle a deal on a product.
Yeah, and it's clearly not working.
It's working. What do you mean?
That happens a lot in D&D campaigns where you haggle stuff. That's just part of the fun part.
Yeah.
it's
We're in what I call a down session. There's up sessions, which are like combat, fights, dungeon crawl, questing, and then there's the down sessions after those where it's like, we got all this money, what are we gonna do with it?
Exactly,
Okay.
especially when there's a plan about trying to go after, I forgot the character's name already. What was it, Tarp?
What?
Grampy!
Oh yeah.
Grampy, that's what.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Not
we're just trying
so-
to figure out the best way around it while getting to Grampy.
Okay.
Yeah. I suppose, Barbara, is there any chance we could look for a power core here in the scrapyard?
I suppose.
Very well. Well, with my repairs in order, thanks to Max, I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah.
I give you all a little smile. You guys are the best friends I could ever ask for.
And as I said, once everything all good and functional and the ship is ready to go, I guess there's nothing more fun than putting your little own Barbara touch to all the cosmetic parts.
And Max, you're pretty cool too, I guess. I don't know. I just met you.
No hard feelings.
This is awesome. Max can be a bit stubborn and very scary, but Max is very kind and sweet. He's like a grizzly bear.
I love bears.
So, are you gonna go hunt down the core of a thing in the scrapyard, or that's a broken core?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's hunt down the core of a thing in a scrapyard.
So you look around and you eventually find like a broken shadow core that looks like it should be repairable.
Hopper looks for any form of plexi or special grade glass to kind of properly seal it in.
Looking around, you can definitely find the junk you would need to fix it.
Okay. Everything here looks like it can be easily fixed and melded in perfectly to place. All we need to do is just put it together and power up the ship.
Okay. I'll be honest, I don't know how, but I'm sure I can figure it out.
We'll
Although
figure it out
I
together.
think you two, I look to you and Torian. I think you two would probably be better at this than me.
We'll figure it out together. It's not a one-man show. We're a team
Indeed.
after all, right?
Yeah.
Quick team.
Are
Okay.
you gonna
so-
start trying to fix the thing right now?
Yes.
Oh.
If that's okay with everyone else.
We just
Yeah,
realized this.
he's gonna probably have to sign the deal first. He won't let us leave.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I mean, you
Is
can
scrap
repair it
going to
right here in
happen?
this. You can repair it right here in the scrapyard. Do you want to just start repairing it, or do you want to talk with the guy first?
Personally, I don't want to talk to him. I don't like him.
Because you have everything you need to fix the generator.
Let's just see if it is able to be connected properly first, right?
Right.
So, gonna fix it?
Let's fix it.
Alright.
Whoa, it's really empty in here. I can't wait to actually put all the furniture and stuff. And more beds.
Let me do a skill check. So, you're all working together on it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All three of you, except Hopper,
I have
have
science.
engineering training. So that's 3 more dice added as you all work together. And then there's also 3 advantage dice because of you're all working as a team. There was one of the dice burst. So your total success count that you have received from this roll is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You are very easily able to fix it. So after a bit of effort, you get a working shadow space generator scrapped together. Or a shadow energy generator, or shadow core.
Well, that wasn't rocket science.
Nope.
You're wrong. You're correct. It was particle physics. It was particle physics and engineering.
Oh, it's more like rocket art than rocket science. But
So, you gonna carry that to the front with you now?
Yeah. Let's try
Yeah,
to
sure.
plug it in.
Well, you can't just plug it in. You'll have to take it. Oh, you want to plug it into the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, unless Hopper, you meant something else.
No.
Okay.
With a little bit of effort, you guys get it into the hull of the ship.
Ooh, look at that. Perfect. Snug like a bug in a rug.
Hmm.
Like a roach, there it is.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so at least it fits. We can see everything's connected, and everything can function perfectly fine.
Okay.
It just looks like
Can,
it will only work in short bursts, but it seems like if we could take it upward into, further space, if we could properly jump it, and we have an infinite power source, and then
yeah, but what about Trampy? I mean, he's still on this planet. Would we even be able to go back for him? Would we have enough? I don't know.
well, for now, right? Just for now, if we could at least get the ship out of the scrapyard is ours, right?
Right.
Because that's what I
Once you
overheard.
sign the contract.
Yes. So if we can get it out of his property line, we don't have to worry about it. We could just have it parked, because no one else will able to leave without it being fully powered. Only
Just
we
park
can
it.
do that.
You just park it right outside of the scrapyard. Make this Batman
You
look
could
at
do
it
that.
until
I'll like park in his spot
In his spot, like fuck you.
where the shade is, you know.
Barbara does it out of just pure anger, like fuck you. Would that
You're
be a deal?
Yeah, try towing that
So you can talk to him about buying it?
with your jalopy. I grabbed the contract from him again. And I say,
Well, the
"Hopper,
contract, it would
Dorian?"
extend out of the robot. It has like a little touch screen. So you go over inside, like talk to him about it.
I go, Torian, can you read this contract? I'm not very lawyer savvy, so could you
The price
just
has
look it over?
changed. The price has changed, just so you know.
He changed the
elaborate.
price.
What?
See, I told you this would happen.
$15,000 for the functioning ship.
Barbara, that was like your original price, wasn't it?
It was 5,000 before.
The original price was 5,000.
My brain read the.
Mine was 1,500.
That's what it's talking about. Wait a minute.
He initially said 5,000, and then you brought him down to 1,960, and now he's asking for 15,000.
Wait. Hang on. We're the ones who fixed the ship, and
And
now
I
you're...
appreciate that.
I don't think you do.
But an operational ship that simply needs a jump to get going? Now that can sell for quite the pretty penny. It ain't scrap no more.
Do mechanics usually pay you to work for you?
I didn't agree to you fixing it, you did that yourself. That's why I asked you guys if you were. That's why I asked you guys if you were fixing it up or if you were just carrying it to the front to buy it.
Alright. Torian would like to go back into the ship and take the power core out.
As you start to go to it, one of the little robot eyes follows you and's like, "Hey, don't you damage my property now. If you take that thing out, I'm charging you for it."
He's a crook! I'm telling you! I'm not crazy!
Max is gonna walk up to him and explain that he's with the Scout Corps and that he's a member of their guild, and that if you could lower the price down to 5,000, he would be technically in debt to whatever the junker needed.
Let me do a charm check for you. You don't have any charming skills, correct?
We're talking about his handsome beard is a very good charm check.
It has cheese
See,
in it.
I
Could I offer to help with intimidation?
Ooh, hang on. So are we intimidating or are we charming?
That's a good question. Yeah.
I could intimidate him. I have everything lined up for intimidation.
All right.
Oh.
So the two of you are doing a team intimidation?
3 of us.
I will allow you, Barbara, to partake. If
Let's do it.
it was a charm, Barbara wouldn't get to partake because she already tried a charm on him. But because it's an intimidation, you can. Now, I warn you guys, if you fail the intimidation, he might just kick you out. Or worse, call guards. Do you want to go for the intimidation?
Yes. Sorry, I shouldn't. I can't speak for everyone else.
I'm gonna put the base threshold of passing of like, you would need at least 3 successes for him to not call the guards on you. And at least 4 for him to not kick you out. After that, after each success is $100 off. Including the ones that you got. So if you get at least 4, or if you get at least 3, he'll kick you out. If you get at least 4, he won't kick you, or hang on, if you get 1 or 2 successes, he calls the guards. On a 3rd success, he just kicks you out. On a 4th, he doesn't kick you out, and he knocks $400 off the price. And then every success beyond that is another 100. Make sense?
Yes.
Makes
Hold you
sense.
accountable.
You guys want to try it?
I'd be down to try it. What do you think, Greg?
The roll before adding any of your... So, to quickly tell you what you're rolling, you're going to be rolling 5 dice base, plus 1 from Torian's intimidation skill, plus 2 advantage dice, because of it being a team action. So that'd be a total of 8 dice getting rolled, and 5 of them would have to roll, or 4 of them would have to roll a 5 or above.
Okay, I will for sure add some of my star points for more dice if we decide to do this.
I will add 1 of my star points.
All right, fine. Yeah, we can go to the intimidation.
Anyone else adding star points?
Hopper does not know how to intimidate. Hopper just stands there.
Are you adding any, Max?
Oh, I'll add 4.
You'll add 4 more?
I'll throw in
Just 4 total.
some star points.
How many?
I'll throw in 3.
1, 2, 3. That's 3 more dice. And you're throwing in an additional 4 or 4 total, Torian?
4 total.
Okay, so 3 more.
Yep.
So that's 3 more dice. Okay. So, there were 0 dice breaks. You initially got 5 successes before adding the star dice. After adding them, it's an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, sorry, an additional 6. And there was also across all of that 1 burst in the base roll and 1 burst in the other thing. So that brings you to a total of 10, 11, 12, 13 successes total.
Free
So-
ship!
You all walk up and he looks very nervous. I should note, there's a cap to how much money can get knocked off a thing. The way I do it, a person who likes you will knock off a max of 75% the price. A person who's neutral will knock off a max of 50, and a person who dislikes you will knock off at most 25%. So you can't knock off more than 25%. I forgot to mention that.
Oh yeah, because considering how you added 1 thing and then you said you do this, only to now say only 25%. I stare.
Hang on.
Let's intimidate Brian.
It's
Because I didn't mention that beforehand, I'm going to treat him as neutral, even though he would normally be negative, meaning at most you'll get 50% knocked off. Real quick, you were gonna knock off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1,300. But, hang on, I'm doing math. What is 50% of 1,500?
50% of 1,500 would be 750.
Yeah, 750. So he's gonna knock off 750. Which
So it is
means
now 750.
yeah, it's now 750 he's asking for the ship with the core included. He's just like, all right. I understand that you all did a lot of work in order to get it operational. So, I'll sell it for half price. 750. That's less than it would have been worth even as just scrap.
Oh, aren't you sweet?
Simply phenomenal.
Sign the contract.
Sign the contract. Torian will. Torian will pay for it from their share.
Yeah.
But I think ownership will go to Barbara because I think she wants the ship.
Also,
most
he will not put ownership under your name because you are a robot.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And now,
When I sign it,
if you're all ready,
I
you want to head up to the
write
front
it-
counter to pay? Sorry, go ahead.
I like write it in cursive and I like heart the eye.
Y'all can head to the front counter to pay for all your stuff now.
Thank you very kindly, sir.
So, head up.
Yep.
So as you walk over, he starts typing up. He's like, alright, your total or he's not talking to the mic anymore. Your total invoice is gonna be 1,600 credits. Or 1,600, shadow coin.
So the scrap we used. And stuff we still have left over. Just clarifying it to Barbara.
Because you also got a bunch of other scrap
Okay.
for other things.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
So, you're gonna pay, Torian's gonna put the money down from the money bag, right?
Oh, yeah.
Discreetly pulls
Sorry,
it
I
out.
probably shouldn't answer for you. Sorry, I got overexcited.
Understandable. Yeah. Torian pays with money from the money bag.
Alright, that's gonna leave Torian with 98444. That's funny.
What do you mean 98444?
The amount of money total that you have left after paying the money.
98444. Yeah? Okay. I'm just trying to figure out from 100,000.
100,044 minus 750, 100. Yeah, that should be right. Hang on. Let me make sure.
Listen, my math is really bad. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. I don't want to do math. I just came from work that does math.
Okay. I think he's right.
Yeah, 18444.
98444.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. 98444.
Well, it's okay. I'll take back the 100 grand additional.
Can you believe him? You're talking yourself out of a ride on Saturday.
Oh no.
No, I love riding you though, Tristan.
Yeah, prove it.
Wait a minute.
Make your money, you whore.
For context, they're my ride to D&D most weeks. All right, and with that, you're all or Barbara technically is the contract holder of a brand new, very old and used Junker Roach class ship that does not have an operational engine currently, and you have half a cycle to get it out of the scrapyard before they reclaim it.
Wait, is the core we built for it not operational?
No, because you need to jumpstart it by flying it out.
Oh, okay. Well, you know,
Listen, we
these
could
are just
gunpowder
formalities.
outside. We could just pull it out of the junkyard.
True.
All
We
right,
just have Torian like carry it.
that was quite a bit of haggling.
Yay, we got it, which makes the past 2 hours totally worth it and
Barbara
not
got-
pointless at all.
Barbara got their wish. They got a
It's-
roach.
It was
It's
fun
not
interactions.
It's now required viewing for all people who are invested in the story.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything is required viewing.
Every
then-
second of Shadow Space is plot relevant.
Yep. If you don't watch this, you're gonna be totally confused about how we can fly and shit.
The beach episode's going to be the most important one.
Yeah.
All
Can't
right,
wait to see Torian
Does
in a
that mean we
bikini.
get to wear the swimsuits?
So
Can't
now,
wait for that fan art.
at that point, you're
I
all
know.
able to go aboard the ship, and you can now, one, on the privacy of the ship, give Hopper the surgery to upgrade them to operate in shadow space, and two, wire up Torian to the engine to temporarily be able to fly.
Also, as far as I'm concerned, all of you who helped build it, this is your ship as well.
I did nothing.
What are you talking about? You put the thing in the thing. I saw you.
Hopper has 0 engineering skills and was not able to contribute. They actually, they did officially contribute in terms of the role, but they did not know what they were doing.
They were kind of
Well-
like the cheerleader with the pom-poms.
Yeah.
They
I'm
held
just
your
a cheerleader.
screwdriver, they screwed in a bolt for you, because they're stronger.
Like, yay, did things. Max pats on it. Good job.
Remember when we couldn't hold our screwdrivers or screw our screws? You were there for us.
Yeah.
Also, I can think of a way you can help us right now.
Hopper used the magnetic feet so that you wouldn't lose the nuts and bolts.
Can I get the
Just
fan
stood
art?
upside down.
When we almost lost Bolt 3A, I thought we were done for.
Can I get the fan art of Hopper's dogs holding the nuts?
No.
Please,
No.
Dan Schneider.
please don't draw foot-based fan art.
I'm going to make curse art.
Anyway,
Only because you asked me not to.
so yeah, is it safe to assume one, Max is gonna give Hopper the surgery, and two, Barbara's gonna hook up Torian to the engine?
Sure. Wait,
Yes.
what surgery do you need?
Implants to make
We're-
it so that they don't black out when in shadow space.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
so I don't just go microwave sounds inside shadow space.
So now both of them can operate in shadow space, although currently, when you first enter, you'll need one of them working in, like, on the engine, so somebody will be zoned out for that period of time.
Well,
Yeah. Torian.
I'm just glad I won't be alone during shadow space jumps anymore. I didn't like being alone with my thoughts.
That's
I'm
start
sorry.
point.
I know Max had to deal with it all the time.
Yeah, how
Remember
long were
Max?
you floating in space for?
1,000-yard stare from Max.
I lost count. The endless black space. It spoke to me as I stared into its abyss, and I said, I'm ready. But then I was found. And then since then, I've been on the run. Dum dum dum.
What did it say to you when
Hello?
it spoke to you?
Well,
to
I
never
dare
give
say,
up.
with this ship, we won't need to run anymore.
Alright.
I smile at I smile at Torian. And I
So-
say, let's plug you in, big guy.
You all got a ship way faster than it was intended because of stealing that money.
Yes. What do you mean?
would say earning
that
money.
acquired that money.
A ship was intended to be more or less the end road of the or end reward of the Broken Triangle arc, and you all have it. Because you were needing to gain 20,000.
I want you to know, Brian, that we acquired that money legally.
That's true. Yeah. Hey, Brian. At least this time we paid for a ship.
Yes.
Yes. For the context, in the pre-sessions that were never recorded, Barbara had stolen Claycher's ship and then returned it before getting caught.
Look at that shit-eating grin in Claycher's face.
Oh, now Barbara could make it like
That could have been my
bedazzled
shit-eating
pink.
grin.
It could be
I'm sorry.
bedazzled pink now, not shiny gold.
Yes.
Oh, it will. Believe me, it'll be Barbara's dream ship.
You get Torian all hooked up, and you begin like clicking all the switches and flicking everything on, all excited to start
the
up.
friendship.
And then Torian, as the ship activates, you feel your core starting to like rev up a lot more, energy kicking in, and then your vision fades out, and you find yourself looking at yourself. Because once the ship starts being powered by your core, it becomes an extension of you, and you got full control of the ship.
Wait a minute. Will this permanently damage Torian?
Wait.
No.
Okay.
Torian, you are the ship right now.
Am I now basically what Edda is to Claycher's ship?
Yep. Except Ada has a permanent connection to the ship, whereas as soon as you're unwired, you'll go back to normal, and you cannot control both bodies at the same time.
One day.
Oh, okay. One day.
So your robot body goes limp as the ship's engines roar up.
Whoa.
Oh. Oh. Ooh. Okay, why? I'm down there, but I'm here.
You can all hear this on the intercom system.
Oh.
Hello.
Are you okay, Torian?
I think so.
You feel
I see me.
you can feel all your strange new limbs. Attempting to move your legs, you realize you're just pulling in landing gears for a moment. When you try to open your mouth, the cargo hatch opens and shuts. When you blink, the lights aboard the ship flick on and off.
When you cry, the windshield wipers activate.
Yes.
All of my body parts are now mapped to parts that aren't part of my body.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Ooh.
Try not to open that cargo hatch while we're in space.
It is very much overwhelming and feels a little bit like a body horror scenario.
Indeed. Okay. Overriding a beginning protocol to stay very, very still, except for the part that allows us to move through space.
Do you have any training in flight?
What? He could hop really good.
That's absolutely no training in flight
Oh my
specifically.
god.
So,
Like,
I
Barbara
guess-
goes to sit down at, like, the helm, and then she just goes, okay.
the two of you
The
can
rocket
work
booster doesn't
together.
translate to that, does it?
Does Barbara have any flight
Ah.
training?
Where would she have gotten flight training, Brian?
There's Jack of all
So,
trades.
Thanks, man.
Here is how this is gonna work. You're gonna roll the standard flight. Oh, you do have Jack of all trades.
I do.
So you do know how to fly. So, here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna roll 5 dice, plus 1 advantage because you're both piloting together, plus a disadvantage because Torian doesn't know what they're doing. But because Torian is the ship, the disadvantage is doubled, so it's 2 disadvantage.
Oh,
You need 1 success to fly. So you are rolling 6 dice with 2 disadvantage. and just one of them needs to succeed. Or actually, that means that 3 of them need to succeed in order for you to actually fly. Half your dice have to succeed.
I'm contributing to star points.
I am also contributing to star points because I don't want us to die in space after having bought our first ship.
You're just trying to get out of the scrapyard onto the parking lot.
Yeah, this is just trying to fly initially.
Jesus, 4 stars just to cross like a state line, basically.
Okay, good news. You rolled a
Everyone.
total of 8 successes, which is then has the disadvantage applied, bringing you to 6. You only needed 1. This is a critical success. Torian, you find yourself suddenly gaining a firm grasp of this new body. Going forward, rather than 2 disadvantage, there will merely be 1 disadvantage.
Nice.
Oh,
To quickly answer chat's question, she looks and smiles at chat. The outlines around the 5 star points, that's because at the start of every session, every player is reset to 5 star points. So that's just to make it easier to do that reset later on. Those are the 5 the player always starts with. But yeah. You actually all very easy, Barbara, you sort of talk Torian through the process, and you very quickly gain a grasp of how the flight works, and you lift off and take off, and you begin flying away at just slightly faster than a brisk running speed, because Torian's core is only just strong enough to move the ship.
Okay, remember, Torian, it's just like falling, except the goal is to miss the ground.
And that is actually a very apt description, because these ships don't fly through thrusters, they fly through gravity manipulation. It feels like you're just falling in directions, Torian. And the ship's aerodynamics just sort of redirect it so you're pointing in the correct direction naturally.
So you're saying this isn't flying, it's falling with stuff. Ah, damn it, you beat me to it, chat, you fuckers.
If you've ever played the game Gravity Rush, that's what it's like.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
when you come down from a very, very tall hop, but you want the descent from the hop to keep going, and you control the direction. It's like an endless hop.
It's like an animal, like a kangaroo.
That's a star point. And to both of you. And it's worth noting, because that's how these work, initial speed is determined by the strength of the ship. But speed will just keep mounting and mounting the longer you go in one direction. And then turning around is difficult. It's very easy to gain momentum. It's very hard to stop your momentum.
So it's basically like we literally just jumped over a wall, basically.
Yep. And now you're... Are you just gonna land again? Because if you want to get the proper engine going, you have to fly out of this station and into space. Or out of the city, I should say. Or you're just gonna land down and stop for now.
This is all very new, Barbara. Perhaps we should simply issue ourselves over the scrapyard property lines and call it a flight for now.
I guess. I look in the back for like one of those like those things that you put on the steering wheel to keep people from like stealing it.
The car jack?
Well, so long
Yeah.
as the ship's door is closed. No, we've shown that these things can be hacked pretty easily.
I mean, session 1, remember?
Yeah, especially because the Roach class has the worst security. Well, not even session 1. From viewer's perspective, that would be like session -2.
It's very easy to lock yourself out too.
Could we now that the ship is ours, could we just like take the power core out and put it back in as needed?
Oh, actually, no one's gonna be able to steal the ship. The power core
Why?
isn't working.
Ah!
It can't fly. Unless somebody wanted to go to the effort of like hot wiring their gun into the ship to power it, or their robot, you're fine.
I mean, you say that, but that's not
Out of the question.
That's clearly, that's clearly shown that that is a possibility.
How would a robot be able to power a ship, Brian? That's just silly.
Yeah, what are you, stupid?
Fair point. All right, so you guys, you attach a little lock to the wheel and you step out and lock the door. Okay, what's the group's plan from here?
Bloop, bloop.
To quickly recap some of the quest logs you all previously had. You know that there's a massive arena in the center of town where you can do gladiatorial combats for money. You know that the Genomed company is getting ready to sell the Geno soldiers to the Trojan company to have them fight in the arena. And you know that you can go to the Scout Corps building in order to get more jobs.
Could we perhaps find a bank?
I mean, you could also just keep all the money on your ship.
Because we have a ship now.
If you don't trust a bank.
Well, what do you think, Gabe?
We acquired this money legally, but the bank won't know that.
That's a very good point. Should we?
I
guess we could.
Like,
There is no tax system in this world, so they will not ask you where you got the money from. You can just go to the bank and put your money in.
So the future isn't so bad.
Oh yeah, finally.
So it's like an RPG bank, basically, where it's just for like inventory that you don't want to carry around.
Yes.
If we get into any trouble, however, can they track when we pull money out or freeze the account at any point?
Yes. If you get into trouble with the trade council that everything is a part of, they can just seize your assets. But that would require the trade council as a whole deciding they don't like you.
Well, I can't imagine why they wouldn't like us.
Yeah, we're so likable.
Hell yeah.
Like, who wouldn't like frogs? Look at Tori.
Just ask,
Good frog.
just ask the owner of the scrapyard. Never mind, just ask anyone else.
Just ask
Yeah.
You've done nothing to make
like
anybody.
us-
You've done nothing to make any groups dislike you currently within canon because you con that through star points.
And if they do, we'll just intimidate them into liking us.
Like us, or else.
Or we'll break your legs.
Greg,
Then you will love me.
Greg,
What's that
I
Stephen
wrote it
King?
Misery. I was just trying to think of a way to make a misery joke.
Hey, then get out of the cock-a-doodle ship!
Yes. Me seeing the hobbling scene from Misery. God, I wish that were me.
Stop it. Greg.
Yeah.
I posted a thingy in the chatty chat. They didn't want to interrupt their first time flying.
A thing that Torian would have almost definitely heard.
Oh.
Because they can hear everything happening on the ship right now.
But Hopper was whispering.
Fair. I would have made that a DM to the player, honestly.
But I wanted to be fair.
Hang on, let me go ahead and just show that message to, chat.
No,
Can you all read that?
you're gonna be banned now.
There you
Goodbye.
go. There's... Oh, it's gone. Well, it was there for a moment.
It was there, but it was only a whisper. Sorry, you guys are deaf. You don't hear whispers.
Anyway.
I'm too busy shouting about nonsense.
There's my response to that.
Oh, thank you. Hopper happy. Hopper get head pats again.
At pet.
Oh, ow,
Um,
how
maybe-
Hopper Mystic the Max headpads. Because this man viewed Hopper like his own fucking child.
Oh yes.
So it's
Wait.
like being like a father being reunited with his long lost daughter.
Wait, so did you find your dad?
That's not my real dad. He's my friend.
Oh. Barbara's a little bit confused. Goes a little cross-eyed, but doesn't care because she has her ship now.
Yeah, so where do y'all want to go next?
Well,
I suppose if we can, if I should propose, if we can leave the money on the ship and that would be fine.
But
That,
then,
I think it'll be.
yeah, we tramp.
Oh.
Sorry, I have sugar in my system. I want to save.
So you're just gonna leave it on the ship? You're not gonna go to the banks?
I don't want my assets to be seized. No, nor does anyone allowed to hold these assets.
All right.
I don't want my assets to be squeezed.
Yeah,
Very
like
well.
Barbara.
I think we could leave most of the money on the ship, but just take like $1,000 each for spending money,
All right. Give me a moment.
or however much.
Max is like,
Max has money now.
I've never had this much money in my life.
That's
Well,
true. Yeah, of course.
Matt
Max
is more
gets it.
thinking like we shouldn't spend it all at once, even with this $1,000. We need to kind of be considerate, considering that he doesn't know the history of this money and he's only guessing either the best or the worst.
Oh, my plan was to spend it all in one place. I was gonna buy an entire race.
Yeah.
That sounds real bad.
Yeah, I just realized that. I was going to use it to liberate an entire race through commerce.
And then put them in the sweatshops.
How much money do you want to leave
No.
on the ship?
You know, maybe we should put it in the bank. I don't know. That way we, if we're in a tight spot, we can just like pull it out anytime
Do we
we
want to
want.
leave? Do we want to leave some of it on the ship and some of it on the bank?
Yeah,
If we're gonna
that's
put-
a good
put-
idea. Maybe
If
we
we're gonna
could.
put anything in the bank, then it should be a minimum of 5,000 just to test the waters, and leave the rest out into the ship.
So y'all are gonna head to a bank and drop $5,000?
Yeah, we're gonna have a shared account.
There are not shared accounts. Whose name is the account under? It cannot be under Torian's. So we'll sort of skip ahead to you guys getting there and starting to sign the paperwork, because it's not fun to play out the details of that. You know, it's paperwork, pedantic stuff. Who does the account
Dude,
get put under?
Does Barbara want responsibility of $5,000 under her name?
Barbara starts to drool a little bit. I don't know. Maybe. Yes.
Barbara has
Are
responsibility.
you gonna
of
stop that,
$5,000.
Torian?
Absolutely not.
Wait. Why would you ask that?
Yeah.
Because Torian's the one carrying the money.
Why would you?
So you're gonna take out 5,000.
Overtarian's cold dead hands.
Victorian strikes me as one of the last people to become consumed with greed.
I just
Torian's
wanted to be
better.
sure you weren't, I didn't know if them drooling at the money would have put you off. And then this
Max
is gonna
does
become
made
a
an
thing.
eyebrow to it a little bit.
It's okay. Barbara drools in her sleep sometimes
So
too.
Barbara's bank account now has 5,000 credits in it, or 5,000 5,000 rods, 5,000 grams.
Smackaroonie.
It has 5,000 grams in it.
5,000 schmeckles.
All right. And how much are you guys gonna leave on the ship? 93,000. So you all still have a little bit of spending cash on you.
Yes.
Yeah. How much? How much can everyone carry?
I will. Hopper's gonna hide the money inside a plate, so it's not conspicuous.
Like, okay.
You can pretty comfortably carry just under 1,000, because I believe that's about 2 pounds. When I did
So
the
I
math
think
earlier.
they should carry roughly about 1,000 each.
Good lord.
Yeah, without discomfort.
Hopper already has to carry these massive balls, so a grand is not a problem.
Also, Barbara, you get given a credit card.
How dangerous.
Yeah, that's playing with fire.
Barb's gonna max out that credit card and then heartbreak.
Basically allows you to freely remove money from... Basically allows you to freely remove money from the bank account in any place that would accept it. You're also given a checkbook.
When you say credit card, it's quite literally a card for my credits.
Yes. That's what a credit card is.
Next
I mean,
session,
credit cards also build credit, which is even more imaginary than money itself.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen in this world.
Good.
Next session, the gang learns about financial responsibility.
I'm just imagining the text come on screen. Barbara loses all their money.
Like,
And now Barbara's the one with the smelly beard.
Like in Breaking Bad, when Walter White is saving up all that money and Skylar spends it all. Or loses it.
Barbara just crawls into a crawl space and
Spoilers!
goes crazy.
Oh, crap. Is anybody here watching Breaking Bad?
Oh no, I was just making a joke.
He's messing around.
I sent another response to you.
Yeah, so where does everybody want to go?
They're minerals, Marie.
Max is gonna get himself a weapon.
I need a weapon.
Yes, in the most Master Chief
Hopper,
way.
Hopper asked a question to Max.
Sorry, that's going to take it.
But yeah, are you guys gonna go to the, like, where do you want to go? I mentioned all the quest leads you have right now. You could also go shopping.
Yeah, I think Torian's gonna probably look for like some firearms trainings so that they can actually use their arm cannons without disadvantage.
Okay, so you're gonna talk with the group about wanting to do that?
Yes.
Well, that's a good place to start.
All right, let's figure out the pricing of that.
I responded back to your question.
I figured it'll be helpful should we ever need to get in another scrap, as it were.
It's gonna cost you about 500 credits when you shop around a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You have 444 on you right now.
Oh.
Are you gonna ask someone to spot you? You know,
I wonder.
you got a bunch of friends around, one of whom has a credit card.
Very well. Barbara, would you mind perhaps spotting me? Was it 56 credits for firearm for my arm cannon training?
Hang on.
Sure.
I think Brian has given Max no money.
Yeah, they're poor.
But we were sharing the money.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. We would have given.
It never got distributed. You never discussed it.
Yeah, we did.
You
We
put
said-
we were all
5,000 in the bank and then left the rest on the ship.
Yeah, but I thought we were all carrying about 1,000 each.
Yeah, I thought. Like,
Okay, all right. Let
each-
me hang on. Let me do that real fast. Let me give you each 1,000 more from the ship money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We bullied the DM and we got what we wanted.
Because I felt like because you mentioned 1,000, we were like, yeah, and then it's like, okay, bye, no money then. I'm like,
So that's gonna leave this at 9,800. left here.
There should be 8, 9.
We were about to.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Not
bully
8, 9.
Brian.
Shit, I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have corrected you. Sharp point.
That's what I meant. I just said it wrong.
So you guys each have $1,000? That's nice. Anyway, to the bank.
You will now have enough to pay for your thing because of that, Torian.
I appreciate
I yanked
that.
the money I was going to lend you away from you.
That's on top of the couple hundred each of you are still carrying. So, like, Barbara has 1,994.
Yeah.
That one is backwards.
Don't worry about his fancy. He's playing Hangman.
Or it was just written by Barbara. With her
Torian,
non-dominant hand.
which one's the dominant?
It depends who you ask out.
Yeah, that's a good question. I never decided.
Torian has 1,444. Hopper has 1,897. And Max has 1,000.
Can't believe he's so rich.
We're
now.
in the money. At last, we can retire.
Not really.
I wish. I wish it was that easy.
Hello, Trinister.
Oh, it's a fucking bot trying to advertise more bots to sell to me. Let me just go ahead and ban that person.
You've already bought bots, right?
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Alright,
Oh,
so, hang on. I said it was 500, right? Yeah. 1,444 minus 500 is going to leave you with 944 credits.
Sounds good.
Anybody else want to pay for any kind of training?
Max needs a haircut.
Anybody else going to pay for any kind of training? Or buy any equipment?
Oh, Max is definitely gonna get guns and melee weapons.
What kind of gun do you want?
He wants something that's definitely for close range.
Something automatic, something... do you want, like, an automatic firing gun or a single shot gun?
Automatic.
Alright. Rifle or pistol?
Rifle. It has to have a scope on it, too.
Okay. So to quickly explain guns. So a very basic assault rifle and like shadow assault rifle in this world will cost you $400. Now, let me just show you what that would look like in terms of the energy bar. A basic 400 energy one would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gotta go one less. And this would be a 1. So, this is what a basic rifle would be at 400, right? It has 5 energy before needing to reload, meaning 5 shots, and every time you pull the trigger, it fires 1d10 rounds. Or 1 round. You can choose between the two. So it's possible a single shot will empty your whole clip. Right?
Gotcha.
So that right there is going to cost you 400. I'm going to open my calculator app to help keep track of things. You said you wanted to have a scope. It also has an active range. I haven't really been marking this on anybody's stuff. I should actually start marking that up on your personal guns. Oops. Give me a second. Its default active range would be, hang on, I'm thinking. It would be 2 zones by default. Meaning, in combat, you would be able to shoot anybody in your zone or a neighboring one without disadvantage. And once you shoot somebody who is one more zone beyond the zone adjacent to you, it would apply a singular disadvantage. Make sense?
No, that does, yeah.
And so the further it gets, the more the disadvantage would increase. Adding the scope, which will cost 100, bringing the price to 500, is going to apply a scope alone is a very good improvement, and is going to increase the range by another from 2 to 12.
Gotcha.
So we're looking at this now. There we go. Active range hasn't really been a super important thing, and I didn't really discuss with you guys the active range of your personal inbuilt weaponry, so we'll have to figure that out in between sessions. So you can increase its fire rate for another 50 per die size. So for 50, you can make it fire 2D rounds, 2 dice shots when you pull the trigger. But you know, you don't have a lot of clip size. Every increase of clip size by 1 shot is another 20 to the price.
I'll be right back.
So how many shots do you want to have it have? Just 5, or do you want to raise it?
We can raise it.
By how much? It's 20 per point raised.
Raise it by an additional 5, so we'll have like 10.
Okay. That actually makes it very easy.
Here you go.
So that's going to be 5, 10, or that's going to be 200? Or no, wait, hang on. It's 20 per thing. 5, 10. That's going to be 100 more. Bring it to a price of $600.
I like that image.
Oh my god, hang on, let me show that image. Look how cute that is. That's adorable. That's gonna get a star point in a few moments. So, you're now at... Or you're now... This is going to cost you 600 to get this gun right now. Do you want to, do you want to improve it in any other ways?
How much would it cost to add a silencer? Like, I can attach or detach the silencer if I wanted.
So guns in this world, they aren't like normal physical guns, they're shadow energy guns. So it's shooting raw shadow energy, kind of like a plasma rifle.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm sorry to see it.
Because of that, there's not a good way to make a silenced gun. It's always going to go when it shoots, and it's always going to be a glowing energy ball flying at your enemy at light speed.
How about a stabilizer? Like, you know, a forward grip of some sort?
Something to improve accuracy?
Well, keep it, like, hold in place while, you know, if I have to switch to, like, auto fires with the...
Yeah, that would be a thing that would improve accuracy, i.e. whenever you fire it,
Right.
it's going to be you're going to roll an extra die for accuracy.
Gotcha.
Hang on. So that's going to be... Let me go ahead and make sure I mark that on. There you go. That is going to cost another 20.
Okay.
So now it's $620. And whenever you attack with it, you roll with an extra die.
Okay, I think I'm comfortable with that.
All right.
And wait, I need a
What's up?
combat knife.
All right, we'll get that in a second. Let me charge you for this whole thing first.
Yep.
That's going to leave you at 520. Which is luckily very easy to do. There's 520. Alright. And you want a combat knife? Energy knife or physical knife?
Ooh. Energy.
Okay, that's gonna slightly raise the price. That'll cost $100.
Done.
So for quick context on what that is going to be cost-wise, I mean, effect-wise, I should say, it's gonna be more or less the same stats as, Hopper's, inbuilt knives. Fucking this up. The same stats as Hopper is like wrist knives. Why is it not? But with the energy damage effect of Barbara's energy sword. Which...
In other words, I have $420 left. In other
Yep.
words, I have $420.
Oh wait, I did math wrong?
It's possible.
Chat's pointing it out. 1,000 minus 620. You're right, I did do the math wrong. You're supposed to have 380. Minus another 100, you're gonna be at 370. I don't know how I fucked that up.
That's alright. I didn't even notice that myself.
I must have punched something wrong into the calculator. Thank you, books. Cheebs.
I'm sure it's user error.
Definitely user error.
Oh, it's 280 after 100.
No, it was, You're right, I missed no. You're supposed to be at 280. I fucked it up again. It's me typing in my calculator wrong and just blindly trusting the calculator without checking the math. There we go. So now you're at 280. There we go. Alright, let me get what the stats of the knife are for you real quick. I should really start tracking some of those on the visuals here at some point. The knife, let me look at the other people's stuff for reference. So Hopper's Hidden Blades, damage-wise, where is that? They do 1 damage and have armor piercing, because all melee weapons get armor piercing and stay hidden. But it's going to also be energy-based, which means... it deals double damage to organic creatures, that you attack with it. So 2 damage. But it's silent and ignores all armor. So go ahead and just throw that down in your notes. You know, the knife does one damage, 2 damage against organics, and ignores armor and is silent. Anybody else want to buy anything else?
I want to buy a shitload of pink paint.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck, there's something else I wanted to do that I can't remember.
Are you gonna paint it yourself, or are you gonna hire someone to paint it? The ship.
You know I'm gonna paint it myself. I also want to buy some body armor, but like the kind I can wear under my suit, because at the end of the day, that's what's important to Barbara, is style.
So, to paint the ship as a whole is gonna cost you $300 or 300 credits or 300 rods. That's the word.
I will pay your 300 schmeckles.
All right. And the body armor. Is $50 base for armor that provides 1 protection, and then is an additional 10 per each additional protection point.
So how many protection points can I?
It's 50 base and 10 extra for everyone higher. You have after the paint, you have 1,694 credits or rods, not counting the bank. So how much extra protection are you thinking?
So how many will $100 buy me? Would that be like
$100 total?
Yeah.
That would get you 3 and part way to a 4th. You would need to spend 110 to get 4.
I changed my mind. 200.
So that would cost. That would give you 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and halfway to a 9th.
Would it be another 10 to complete it?
Yes.
Okay.
So 210 to get a 9 protection armor?
Yep. So in total, I've spent 510.
Yeah. So that would go as far as this. Hang on. Just realized a little error here. Fix that. So there is your armor.
Whoa!
Keep in mind, armor is not self-repairing. If it gets damaged, you will have to fix it. And it gets damaged before your health does.
Okay, what if it was like...
Although, hang on, that's actually a thing I've been thinking about. Mechanically doesn't totally make sense. I should make it that stamina, it should go stamina, then armor. Because that makes more sense in terms of how the game mechanics work. So really, I'm about to make a small adjustment to how everybody's health bar looks to account for that mechanic change. Hang on.
Oh, I feel like Max is also gonna give himself a shave with the energy knife.
Alright. Well, Hopper said you'd look good with a shave, and so you got a shave.
So what is it that Torian has? Is it like an energy shield or something?
It's a self-repairing armor built into their body.
Oh, so probably not something you can buy.
That would be sort of a you would have to get a subdermal armor implant as a cyborg, or get spliced into a natural armor capability similar to what, say, an armadillo would have. I'll fix everybody else's health bars around to new aesthetic next time, or off camera later. When I do Max's art. But this will much more accurately represent how health is calculated. Or how damage is calculated.
Well, so what does Max have right now? He just got his gun.
He got a gun and a knife.
Okay.
And I gave myself a shave with a knife. Rambo style.
Anybody else gonna buy anything?
How long have you been just doing scout work?
Forgot to update the money.
Into Max.
Hold on, I'm trying to look back at the character sheet.
More or less since you guys got separated, or roughly, which was, you know, a cyclone ago. Disambiguous time.
Like some 5 so 5 so years.
You know, a cyclone. Whatever a cyclone is.
Yeah.
So it's like over
A generation?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that's a generation right there.
Well, no, a cyclone isn't a generation. 100 cyclones would be a couple generations. But also, lifespans in this universe are different than ours because of stuff. Time is purposely disambiguous to make things easier.
Gotcha.
It's
So
like
we
I'm
could roughly
there.
say about 5 years or so.
A cyclone. Whatever that means.
Okay. I've been doing this work for a while. I kind of lost count of the days. Old jobs kind of seem the same now.
Lost count of the cycles.
The cyclones.
Day-night cycle. Oh, no, there's cycles and cyclones.
I see. And you couldn't find... Well, and you would have told me if you did. Sorry for leaving you alone.
You had no way of knowing if I had survived either.
Yeah, but I did hope. I did hope.
I think this conversation is happening as you're all shopping.
I really did hope. I never gave up. Because I know how very stubborn you are. Very stubborn. And you are not one to just give up so easily, even if something exploded and you somehow survive. So, yeah.
Like I said, it's kill us.
Yeah.
But now that I'm back, I'm not letting anything separate us again.
Yeah. Well, at least we know that one threat has kind of been dealt with.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me how that all happened.
Well, apparently, since I did not disclose too much about my past, I guess somehow the Pulsars got wind I was still alive and around, and then figured out that I was with them, you know, the current group I'm with. And they somehow reached out to Barbara and convinced her, in a sense, to believe, well, she again, I didn't say too much. So she full on believed that they're talking about Torian because they kept mentioning the android or the robot, not specifically stating my name. Because they don't call me by my name, they called me by my serial number, if you remember.
I remember that clear as day.
So yeah, it was an honest thing. Barbara didn't know. She really thought it was just a hint or a clue to help find Torian's creator, their very special friend. As my father still not shown up. I still don't know where he is. No, he's alive. He's so cosmetically juiced up, like there's no way he'll be dead. And so she'd honestly just believed it was just a lead. And it turned out to be just a little exchange and hopes to get me. But everyone played smart and we took care of the small group of pulsars that were just trying to take me away. And yeah, that was fun. I felt really responsible. Torian got hurt really bad, as you saw. And even though I didn't see the extent of Barbara's injuries, but I know she was left alone for a while. They did black out after, point blank laser attack him.
You should see the other guy, she says with a mouthful of Wetzel's pretzels.
I'll Wetzel your pretzel.
Later.
But yeah, we're all here because of each other. We are a little chaotic crew, but we make it work. Just like how you, Seth, and I were. A little chaotic, but we managed to make it work.
That we did.
I'm just so surprised the Pulsar still remembered, though.
When this is all over, we'll have to find Seth at some point.
Yeah. Hopefully he didn't get himself lost in it all again.
Or drunk like he used to get.
Yeah, but he was very dangerously close for overdosing every time. So who knows what he's been doing. That's why I hope he hasn't forgotten or got lost in it all. I think Barbara is gonna have a field day poking more fun at him than she's been poking at you with your supposed smelliness. Smiles to Barbara, who's hanging around.
Stinky man.
Yeah. Who's that?
He was also a very dear friend of ours. He was a spicer. He was very spliced up. He had really large claws that could dig into any material, even hard as steel or more. He had a nasty, mean bite that's like a sea turtle.
Oh my.
He was albino with long white hair, but then cut it so he's more like a punk. He was tall, lanky, alcoholic, had a lot of trouble, especially with the pulsars. But he means well. He was a pilot. So, if anything, he'd be the one flying the plane. The ship, I mean. But
Barbara blushes a little bit, just like at the mental image.
Oh, Barbara likes splicers.
And pilots. And
Barbara's like, this is my Ken. Where's my Ken?
the white hair.
I just wanna be a Ken who's Ken enough.
Yeah? Why did
Oh,
you
yeah.
stop your lovely, lovely song?
he loved bacon. That's that's the thing he always would want to have.
I remember that he got shit-faced so much at one point that he stayed up near the co-pilot area, and all he was doing was drinking vodka and having bacon.
Yeah.
Like having reach of that for weeks.
Barbara
Yeah.
thinks about whether or not she can fix him.
Oh man. I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard because Hopper's not gonna say shit. Like,
If player ever joins, we'll see how that plays out.
yeah. Max knows very well why Hopper's not saying shit.
Well, let's just carry on. We'll leave it floating.
That'll be a nice surprise. Or
The,
will it?
the last player from Classic Shadow Space has expressed a mild interest in potentially joining, but hasn't confirmed if they're gonna. But, you know, so that's just a fun thing to have floating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they do, that would be very exciting to get the old crew back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No pressure, no pressure. Of course, you got to take care of what you got to need to for your life. I get it. But
Yeah.
if there's a 1 in a millionth chance,
Man, I feel like Seth is gonna be freaking possessive. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, does anybody else want to try and buy any gear or training of any kind? Also, Max, mark down in your character notes that you have the firearms. I mean, I meant to say Torian. Mark down to have firearms training.
You there, Jade?
Well, yep, I'm here.
Okay. Just make sure.
Hopper was like, "Did you get everything you needed, Max?"
yep, I got everything I needed.
She looks
sure.
over. You look good. I can see your
Yeah.
face now. Very handsome. I don't see any plating on you.
We'll work on that at the next stop. I already spent enough money as is.
Oh, then let me.
And you smell nicer. Maybe it was all in the beard.
There are, like, places like spas and other places you could bathe at and get a nice treatment, and this will have the effect of giving you a bonus die to use in future things. So, I made a decision of, mechanically, I'm not gonna make you guys do survival mechanics, but I will reward you for engaging with them. So buying food, visits to bathhouses, spas, renting a bed in an inn, all of these things will provide you with bonus dice to use at a later point.
I
But
bought a steamed pretzel.
robot characters cannot benefit from some of these, but they have alternatives. So Torian, you can't go to, say, a spa and get treated. What you can do is go to a body shop and get a tune-up.
No, Score's gonna come out looking mad up like a Chad.
Do you want to spend the money on a pretzel?
Yes.
What do you think? Like, 5 credits? 1 credit? I'm gonna look up
2
Wetzel's.
credits.
I'm gonna look up Wetzel's pretzels prices.
Yeah, I suppose are you getting just a pretzel, or are you getting all the fixins on the pretzel?
How much does
Or
a
maybe
Wetzel's
light.
pretzel cost?
Maybe a light brown sugar on it.
Nice.
Oh, geez. All right, we're gonna say about $10.
Jesus!
It's a
Wetzel?
it's a good pretzel. Also, I should note,
$10.
I look at whatever the price of the thing you're getting is, and then I usually make it more expensive because this is a capitalist hellhole this campaign is set in.
Not for $10.
So let me go ahead and give you a
Don't
food
make me
counter.
haggle.
Haggle for your food, bro.
Fucking pretzel.
Hey, hello, Sniff V.
Nifty.
So for those who don't know, Sniff V there is the player we were just talking about.
Sniffy.
That's his Vin.
I'm gonna
Did you
choke you
Do
out.
the whole thing?
So they've apparently heard that Seth was being talked about.
Yeah.
All right,
Are the Avengers going to
How much
assemble?
did you hear?
I'm just quickly throwing together a rough approximation of a stomach to represent the well-fed thing.
I imagine also too, just a side note, but I imagine that like Seth is kind of like Tom Hanks from Castaway at this rate.
Oh, we'll figure out how that character gets introduced if they decide they want to join in. Yes, the players were just getting horny about Seth. Anyway,
Hopper is gonna buy Max armor.
What?
She doesn't.
I didn't say anything.
funniness. All right, give me 2 seconds while I finish the well-fed marker I'm designing.
Yeah, he's not in yet.
I'm probably gonna make a better thing. Oh yeah, man, I don't know if Hopper has been watching. I don't know if Seth has been watching this. Veneer, Seth's old player. This is more or less a soft reboot of the old campaign, so it would be the same character kind of if they came back. But you wanted to buy armor for Seth?
You mean Max?
Max, that's what I meant. Sorry, many names fucks up my autistic brain.
No, I get you. I'm like that.
I'm gonna make a better looking stomach in future things.
That's
how
my tummy.
How much do you want?
That's your tummy.
That's your filled-in stomach die. So in a future skill check, you will be able to spend that in order to get a bonus.
You could use it to puke on somebody.
It all goes live on YouTube if you want to catch up.
You just have to go through a lot of haggling.
Yeah, this episode's been mostly haggling and shopping. So a body armor, if you're buying Seth body armor, it's a 50. It's a 50.
Seth is not here.
Max, sorry, brains. The initial price for getting max armor will be an upfront cost of 50 credits or 50 rods, and then an additional 10 for every point you make it stronger.
Seth is here, says Veneer.
Seth
in the background.
Seth is just off doing whatever their character's doing while everyone else is doing their thing.
Being
Their own
lit.
iteration of Wilson, but it's a vodka bottle with a painted smile on it.
Oh no!
So
it's two bottles. One a whiskey is supposed to represent Max, and a fruity drink is Hopper.
Our cast, just to catch you, up, we have a Barbara the Barbarian, a Splicer cyborg hybrid super soldier who's kind of violent with a short temper. Torian, a wonderful little they-them robot frog man who's 8 foot tall by 8 foot wide. Hopper, the sweet little secretly android robot woman. And Max, the rugged, war-torn, sad, ingy man.
He doesn't remember his past.
But he remembers Hopper and Seth.
And Seth.
Yes,
that's all that matters.
There was Hopper and Max are reminiscing about their missing friend Seth, and Barbara got kersplooshed hearing the description of this person.
He's like, I'm gonna fix him. I'm gonna make him my kin.
Yeah, Barbara wants to fix him and then make sweet Spicer love. I would love to get Seth back in because I had a very interesting plot line going on with that character.
Oh. Veneer's like, hello?
Hello? But, yes, words. How much money do you want to spend on the armor? How strong do you want to make it?
So 50's initial, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then...
And that would be a 1-point armor. How strong do you want the armor to be?
50, and then 60, 70, 80, 90,
Once armor hits, I'm gonna say this. Every 10 points of defense and armor provides, every 11, every time you go over 10, it starts becoming heavy and slowing down your actions.
Only.
So if you make it an 11 strength armor, it'll provide disadvantage on certain actions. If you make it a 21, it'll provide 2 disadvantage on certain actions. Because the armor gets heavier and clunkier.
Well, Hopper wants to make it a nice, you said to make it an even number, this has to be like 110?
Yeah, because of the way the math works, because it's an extra 20 for every point up, and it starts at 50, you'll always be at an odd round.
Okay. 110.
110? So that would be, 1, 2, 3, that would be 4 protection.
Really?
Yeah. Because 50, 70, 90, 110.
So delayed on the screen, I'm sorry, hold on.
Every 20 grants another 1 point of protection beyond the
I
initial
want to
50
give him
cost.
5. I want to give him 5
So that'll
armor.
be 130.
Okay, that's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Oops, There we go. There's the armor tucked in. Oh shit. I clumped things into each other. So much stuff that I'm moving around. The UI is becoming exponentially larger. There we go. Alright, anyone else? Or hang on, that was how much? 130? I gotta subtract your money. So that's 1,897 minus 130. That leaves you at 1,776. Or 1,767, I mean.
Okay.
Alright, anyone else buying anything else?
Hopper looked at the armor, found a nice cool like vest, and it's like this one here. Gives it to Max.
It's and to quickly describe the armors the two of you bought looking at the stats. Barbara bought sort of a lightly plated like chest piece and arm pads and all that, like some plated coverings, while Max's is more so like a shirt with some plating integrated into it, you know? If that makes sense.
Like a vest.
Yeah. So, anything else anyone getting?
I don't know. I just want to make sure you're protected, so...
Oh, also to respond to chat, yes, I made all the character sprites. Had fun doing it.
Well, thank you, Hopper.
Of course. I don't want to be like last time where you have to steal armor from the corpses and stuff.
Survival is survival. We gotta do what we can to survive.
Yeah. But yes, we have an agenda to do, and that is to save Trampy.
Also, Veneer, if you start doing sprite art and stuff, then you
Yeah.
should totally stream yourself doing it. So, well, are you guys gonna go off to try and go to where the sale of the Geno soldiers is happening?
As long as everyone's ready. Torian?
Indeed. say I'm prepared as I need to be.
All right.
You all seem pretty decked out yourselves.
All right. So everybody's got geared up and all of
Am I
that.
fully healed?
Yes, everyone is fully healed. You
That's
have-
why does my purple bar not filled?
that's your gun. You never reloaded it.
What are you talking about?
You never said you were gonna reload it.
I'm gonna fucking.
Do you want to reload it?
It's okay. No,
Why?
because I have so much ammo.
All right. It doesn't cost anything to cool it off, I should say. It's just an action you need to spend.
It's fine. If you want me to, sure. I'm just gonna wave my gun in the air, like I don't care.
Hot.
Okay, I just
Leave it in
like
the air
flail
like
my
you just don't care.
All right.
yeah, just flail my arms in the air, just like.
So you all want to head off to go to where the Genome Soldier Exchange is set to occur.
Yes.
All right, and we'll be dealing with that.
Next time.
Next time on Shadow Space.
Ba-ba-ba-da. Bum, bum, bum.
Next time on the exciting adventures of Shadow Space Broken Triangle,
Oh,
the crew of the fucking junk ship that they got from that junkyard is
And
going to
friendship.
the arena.
to go with that, we got a mildly interesting excitement here, where it looks like we may or may not have the fifth player showing interest in joining, but we'll have to talk more about that. I don't want to promise anything because it all depends on things. Yeah. Hope everybody's
Yeah.
been enjoying. Come back the week after next for more of this, and in between, you can come back next week for the Fallout Retold tabletop series. Yay! End cards appearing in a moment. Click on to continue watching. Does anybody want to plug any of their content? Anything? Anyone have anything they want to plug?
Bazinga Bazunga, I'm in the process of trying to get a job and to save up some money, but I am in the process of beginning my steps to officially work on Project Odyssey, which is a fan Halo game that I'm working on with the core idea of covering all of the core elements, or from the beginning of the Human Covenant War all the way up to where we're at right now with Halo Infinite. It's going to be a long, exhausting project, but I want to take it on as, a means of doing something different. And on top of that, I've had an interest in making video games for a while, so this will be like my big breakthrough to do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is there anywhere people can go to see updates on that?
Yes, you can follow my Twitch, which is at the Atomic Squids. I do have a YouTube channel, but I haven't done any YouTubing in a while. That's going to be saved for something else.
All right. And no one else has anything to plug, do they? I just wanted to give everybody the opportunity.
I guess I'll plug my Instagram, where I make art from time to time. Not the most consistent schedule, but if y'all want to see more of the kind of drawings and stuff that I make, you can find me at jstillman98 on Instagram and similar social media sites. That's about all I have to plug.
Nice. Dragon. I haven't watched Dragon Ball Super yet. Sorry, I'm looking at chat at the same time.
Are you
Yeah,
plugging
go.
Dragon Ball Super?
Go follow go follow Atomic Squid and go follow Jade. Yay. Anyway, goodbye everybody.
Hello?
Bye bye.
Oh damn it! I got it wrong.